The municipality of North Cypress-Langford is located to the south of Neepawa, bordering the town on three sides and stretching south past Carberry as far as Shiloh to the west and Edrins to the east. Total population for the area is 2,860, with a land area of 1,762 square kilometers within 6 wards. Healthcare was top of mind at the July meeting of the Municipality of North Cypress-Langford. The municipality has formed a Health Action Committee to address concerns, but as with all communities in the area, they are limited by the resources of the province and the Prairie Mountain Health Region of which they are a part. North Cypress-Langford and Carberry have been without a permanent physician for some time, and residents are having to travel to find healthcare options. 2 councillors have been appointed to the Health Action Committee to represent the municipality alongside representatives from the town of Carberry and the community. Elsewhere in the municipality, the planning district has completed a draft of the new North Cypress-Langford zoning bylaws, including mapping changes, with input from the Highways Department and other provincial authorities. The next step is to hold a public hearing to solicit comments from other stakeholders. The bylaws have been in progress for several months and are an effort to integrate the separate bylaws that came from the municipalities of Langford and North Cypress before amalgamation in 2015. The other significant conversation was around implementing an employee assistance program available from the Association of Manitoba Municipalities to assist the fire department with mental health and trauma issues. The Trans-Canada Highway just outside the town of Carberry was the site of a horrific collision in June, which took the lives of 17 people and injured 8 others. First responders from North Cypress-Langford were among the first on the scene to assist the victims. Also discussed at the meeting were health center updates from Neepawa, gravel tenders for road maintenance, funding requests, issues around contaminated recycling, and a new model for the aquifer that lies under the area and provides water for the region. Following is the Municipality of North Cypress-Langford's July meeting in its entirety.
Call a meeting order, resolution 159, 2023. Be it resolved that the meeting be convened at 9 a.m. with Ray Grayson in the chair. Have a mover, please. Seconder. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Adoption of the agenda, resolution 160, 2023. Be it resolved that the agenda for the regular meeting of July 10th, 2023 be adopted as circulated. Can I have a mover, please?
Sure.
Seconder.
Davidson.
Anybody got anything to add? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Adoption of minutes, resolution 161, 2023. Resolved that the minutes for the regular meeting of June 12, 2023, special meeting minutes of June 27, 2023, and the joint meeting minutes of June 26, 2023 be adopted as circulated. Can I have a mover, please? Robbie, seconder. Anybody have any questions regarding any of those minutes?
He sent those out a little while ago, but any questions, let me know.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you. No delegations? Finance and Accounts, Resolution 162, 2023, be it resolved that the financial statement for June 23rd be referred to Council. Can I have a mover, please? Malcolm, seconder, Jared. You got 2 of them there?
I can just comment on the financial statements a bit. So you have your statement of operations, so that's your revenue and expenses, so that's our budgeted amounts for this year. The budget lines are at 0 right now, but next meeting we've approved our financial plan, so I'm just working on putting the numbers in there. So next month you'll notice that that's all balanced and finalized. So and then just speaking in regards to the financial statement or our taxes. So the municipal board has received everything. they're short-staffed, and we're expecting our taxes to be printed within the next week, is what they told us. So just if people are asking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have been telling them that they can pay. I have the mill rate, I have the information, I have the assessment values, so if they call and wanna know their amounts, we have a spreadsheet that we can enter in their assessment amounts and the mill rate, and then those other charges, depending on the properties, we can give them their amounts now. So if they do call and if they wanna pay, I have also just told them to pay based on last year's amounts, and then if there's a difference in that, they can.
Adjust
Yeah,
accordingly?
yeah.
Okay,
Just a heads up.
Any more comments on financial statement?
How about for the reserves, with the current levels here?
Yeah.
So that's just from the start of our budget then?
So those reserves are up to date as of end of June. So you'll notice that like some of them are pretty depleted right now, but remember when we talked about, we were short on our graders?
Yeah.
So we're just having to replenish those once we get the money back into, for our taxes coming in, and then it'll replenish
Yeah,
those.
that's good.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty unfortunate, the timing of the taxes and everything. We normally would be getting money in right now, but because they're not out, we have had some money come in, but it's been a pretty tight year for, so I did tell Matt to not spend. I'm like, hey, nobody spends, but I mean, you can't help, some stuff is needed, so it is what it is.
Do you feel this is gonna be the new norm?
No, so I guess if we have any, the delay is the special service bylaw that we have, the dust control. So if we have special services that we know in advance, we can pass them in like December, January, then we won't run into this issue.
Okay.
So for example, like our waste management, so our collection, like we have that waste levy under bylaw,
Yeah,
that expires at the end of this year. I already have the numbers for the next, so you guys will be basically passing that right away once we get that sorted out, so. But that was the delay this year, is to have, because that was the dust control bylaw, and it needed to have municipal board approval, and there was a process, right? So hopefully next year we don't run into this again.
Any more questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you. Resolution 163, 2023, be resolved that the accounts check number 29740 to check number 29811 totaling $294,871.44, and direct deposits withdrawals totaling $98,771.15 be approved for payment. Can I have a mover, please? Robbie, seconder. Any questions on any of that? List is in front of you if you want to look at it.
I did send that out kind of later on Fridays.
Yeah.
It's having some technical difficulties.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you.
Pardon?
Rachel coming or not?
Yeah, as far as I know. Maybe, yeah, just see if she's here. She usually just comes on. Yeah, that's a yeah. The White Mud though, that was their second payment, sorry, it wasn't actually for the bridge, it was we two levy, or we paid the one levy, but we paid him, not here yet? Alright, we can maybe just go to the next one until she,
Health action.
sure.
Go to bylaws here, bylaw number 5, 2023, Health Action Committee. Resolution 165, 2023, be it resolved that bylaw number 5, 2023, to create a Health Action Committee to oversee various health-related matters in the community, hereby be read a second time, referred to council. Please. Robbie, seconder.
Grant.
Any questions on that?
I did have this on last time.
Yep.
So, this is just basically updating the old bylaw that was in place for the Health Action Committee, just updating the terms and whatnot. It's really just kind of making it look pretty, as the health committee is regulated, so.
Call the question, all in favor? Opposed? carried, thank you.
Sorry, I'm not sick, I'm just allergic to pollen.
Resolution 166, 2023, be it resolved that bylaw number 5, 2023, to create a health action committee to oversee various health-related matters in the community be read a third time and hereby be passed and signed and sealed by the Reeve and CAO and become law. This is a recorded vote. Can we have let's have a mover first. Homestead, second, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Recorded vote, Drayson, 4. Jardine,
4.
Murray,
4.
Davidson,
Yep, 4.
Homestead,
4.
Vancouver,
4.
Colton.
4.
All that carried, thank you.
How long does this bylaw last for?
Hopefully for a long time.
Bylaw 6, 2023, irrigation equipment. Resolution 167, 2023, be it resolved that bylaw number 6, 2023, to provide sanctions for persons or entities who cause or are responsible for irrigation equipment causing damage to municipal roads, road allowances, and other public areas under the jurisdiction of the municipality hereby be read a first time to be referred to council. Can I have a mover, please? Grant, seconder. Malcolm,
I did send this out a while ago. Basically, it's just implementing that if individuals who their irrigation is on our roads, that they basically, I've given them a couple warnings, we can fine them whatever we'd like. There's no specific amount in there because I don't know if we charge them for the damages of the whole road. Like it depends on the damage, right? It depends on what kind of damage they've done to the road. Like some people are, at the beginning of the year, normally I get a couple calls because they're trying to set their equipment and I kind of say, okay, well, there's your first warning. And in the past, we've never really kept track of them. This year I've got a spreadsheet of who's done what, and it's like actually documented. So, I mean, this bylaw that was in place, so the older one is, I think it was 2011, so it's like North Cypress bylaw only, so this is just updating as a, our new, which is not new, but our updated name and whatnot. I don't know if you guys have looked through it or reviewed it or not. There can be changes. I would suggest, like, after the first read, just look at it. And if you do have some comments and something you wanted added in there, let me know. I don't know if we want to establish like a $5,000 fine or how you guys
Don't
all.
we have to have an amount in there if we
Well,
don't pass the bylaw?
We do, but like the thing is, this is the old one that was
Right.
done. I've kind of made a few changes to it, but this one's basically saying that, we can charge whatever we'd like. It's not saying a specific amount. So it does say charging and collecting costs incurred will be the responsibility of the landowner. But,
So it'd be like a load of gravel and an hour of grading?
yeah, basically, yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
as long as it's stated in there. No
It
sense
does,
having a policy unless it's not a consequence.
yeah. I don't, has anybody read the bylaw that I sent out?
No, that's good.
Okay, so I guess I can just table this too, and that's fine.
Well,
But we can always,
you're out of time.
but we can
Might
always
as well
do,
the first
just
reading.
Well,
do
we done the
first
first
reading,
reading.
and then just please all review it, and then give me your comments.
Before third reading, will it be open for public comment or
So before second,
before second?
yeah, so
Do the next two in the same meeting.
we would like to do that.
So,
I don't normally
Is it-
have public hearings, but for
is there
this,
anything in this bylaw about encroaching on the roads, like potato crops or farm crops? Like that 4 or 5 feet that a lot of the guys, if they can get close, they will, but now they're right
they're
to the
right
edge of
up
the
to
road.
they're not supposed to be, but
Like this.
This just covers the water.
it just
part.
covers the
There's nothing that
irrigation.
we can add to this in any capacity, or you want it, like,
Well, they
it's
should-
separate?
That might
I mean,
almost be separate from road.
I think this is just for irrigation equipment, right?
Yeah,
So
this is
Technically,
just-
I think, Robbie, we should have that covered, like if there is a complaint within our existing policies, I think, even just the setbacks, right?
Mhm.
Should
Maybe
be.
Rachel knows better for
Yeah, so typically, development in a municipal right-of-way has to have permission, so if we do receive a complaint.
Well, what if it's not necessarily development, but just like farming right up to the edge of the?
You betcha, yeah, so that is considered development,
Okay,
any
alright.
sort of earthwork, that,
Okay.
yeah. so-
Really?
So, yeah, so typically, unless we receive a complaint, we don't deal with it. It's all complaint driven.
And that goes by the road allowance, like 99 feet, right, if you're within that? Right.
Holy smokes.
I figured
Yeah.
that's-
See when the machine gun has to go.
One other question,
Yeah, it would depend on what the road allowance is.
when the guys get their
They
permit for
don't
water,
vary that.
what is the rules in that agreement about the water?
It's not us, it's water.
No, but if there's rules in that,
For piping like Robbie.
well, even for spraying, like, there's gotta be rules from them, like, not about, it's basically wasted water sort of thing, right?
You know,
So, if there's a rule in their agreement, is that something that we could attach into ours, according to water stewardship, blah, 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 whatever they call themselves?
I don't think municipalities can step into that, but
Not really step into it, but attached to it saying, you've got your permit because of this,
yeah.
you're not only messing with us, you're messing with them. Like, you know, just, I don't know if that works.
What's that?
Well, they do have to report their water usage in that though, so.
They haven't been checking yours.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this one here is just for the
Yep.
irrigation we're doing right here.
Yeah.
Let's clean this one up, but I think there are other things that need to be cleaned up on that too. Harold, do you mind? Please?
This is municipal business.
Yeah.
Like I say, but I can't see it getting done.
Okay, we got this in front of us here regarding, this is on the first reading for this part. We can talk about that other stuff, I think we have to sometime, brother, right?
Well, yeah, exactly, it's been a problem.
If you could send out the bylaw again to us,
Sure, yeah,
please.
can do that.
But we can change after the first reading, so that's all.
You'll send me one too. Or
Pardon?
You'll send us all a copy of the old bylaw.
Yeah, I can send you the old one and the revised one, yep.
Next
I
one.
sent the new one out a while ago,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll send everything out and then you can, yeah.
Okay, we got any more questions on that? What is on the table here? All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you very much.
So do you wanna go back to?
Go back to Rachel. Your flip-flopping. How are you, Rachel?
Pretty good about themselves.
Good, thanks.
Go back to where I was here. So we got the zoning bylaw back.
We finally have the zoning bylaws back, you betcha. Took a little while, they're here. So basically, like I said, many meetings ago, we had some text errors that we needed to change and make sure that all of our footnotes and everything were completely copacetic with everything else we were saying, because we had made so many edits that some of the footnotes didn't follow through properly. We made some mapping changes, we had that discussion about the agricultural limited and what we were removing and that sort of thing. And then the AGR, which is now just specifically buffering certain areas. And then we had some rural residential that we had to amend as well. So the maps have been changed, the text has been edited. We had it sent back out to ag as well as highways, because those two provincial departments are the ones that had provided additional comments. So they have given their non-formal blessing on the document. Again, it's going to have to go to the minister for approval, but they are happy with the changes that have been made. So at this point in time, we just need to establish a public hearing date with a formal resolution, and then the planning district will handle all the notices and we'll get everything sent out. So we would like to proceed pretty quickly. Basically, once we establish a hearing date today through a resolution, we will get everything done so that we can post it and have everything ready for August. So that is the game plan, is to have the actual date the August meeting, and we'll run our public hearing during your council meeting, because again, it is your document. And then there is we have to post it twice, and we have to send it out to adjacent planning districts and municipalities and the minister again. So we'll, like I said, we'll handle everything in-house, just so that we can meet all the dates. We've got everything set up with the NEPA banner. As long as we can get the hearing date set today, we should be good. So,
So I've got your resolution there, so you can.
Okay, I'll do this resolution then. Planning matter zoning bylaw, resolution 164, 2023, be it resolved that bylaw 7, 2022, being a zoning bylaw to redevelop the existing municipality of North Cypress-Langford zoning bylaw has been given first reading on November 14, 2022. Further be it resolved that a public hearing date be set for August 14, 2023 at 9:15 a.m. at the regular scheduled Municipality of North Cypress-Langford Council meeting. Can I have a mover, please? Seconder.
Graham.
Yeah. Any questions with that? Everybody good with that date? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much, Rachel.
perfect, so like I said, we're gonna hit the banner twice, and then we have to send out, we have to follow the Planning Act's very specific timelines and requirements, but Bev and I all got it all set out. Everything's up on the big board in our office, so it should be good. We shouldn't have any problems
Is
with
this
it.
one of those that says it would be possible to get the actual physical copies at like Austin
Yes.
and?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna try to hit all the post office and any community boards that we can find.
Awesome.
There aren't any areas that are changing so drastically that we have to post those specific areas,
Right.
but we'll try to hit as much as we can.
Yeah, my Austin Beacons crew would super
You betcha.
like that.
Yeah.
If you give me call Rachel, I can do Brookdale and all of
Sure,
them.
you betcha. Yes, we'll try to blanket as much as possible, and
That's perfect. if you-
we're doing all three of them at the same time, so there'll be
Okay.
lots of notices and lots of things, so. If I happen to send you the wrong one, let me know right away, because I've sent you.
All right then, thank you very much.
It's been a long time coming.
Excellent.
That's it for planning stuff for
Yeah, I don't-
Unless you had, yeah, I didn't know if you had
easy
anything.
enough.
The only other thing that we're kind of waiting on at this point in time is we've got a development plan amendment. Now, again, that is our document, not your document, but it is for a one-off parcel that is being created from ag to rural residential. So it's got second reading from the planning district, and it has been circulated out to the minister. We are waiting for comment back on whether or not it's going to be approved by the minister. So that is a portion for Dave Lowen. He's got his yard site that he's cut out, so, again, in order to cut that, because he's already got, that quarter's already got 5 cuts on it, to create that 22-acre parcel, we had to turn it into rural residential. So it's just the 22 acres that would be going rural res. But again, that was circulated out from the planning district to provincial commenting agents, no one had a problem with it. And then we gave it second reading, and then it's been sent out to the minister, so. We have one more on the go, but it's for North Cypress, so it's not a huge deal for you guys. But we got a ton of developments within North Cypress-Langford. A lot of people are questioning rural residential, if we have more of it coming. I kind of explained that we have the potential up north. We don't have a lot down associated with Carberry. With that being said, with the hospital that is going up in Nipawin, they are seeing a huge influx of workers. So we're seeing a lot of applications, or a lot of questions coming into the planning district about how many people they can put in a house. Because they are running into some huge issues finding residences for their employees for 3 years. Because that's basically the contract, they have to have space for 3 years, so there's a lot of discussion on that, but, which is great to see. We want to, there's lots of houses that are changing hands, but we're just trying to make sure that we've got, proper safety in place for situations that are not necessarily a boarding house, but also not necessarily a single-family residence.
Right.
So, yeah. Other than that, not a heck of a lot going on, so.
Good enough. Thank you for dropping by.
Perfect. Yeah. You guys have a good day, and we'll see some of you guys on Thursday.
Thursday?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
7,
Yep.
here at the office. Yeah. Should be a short one. I don't have a lot on the agenda for that one either.
Heard that story.
Pardon?
That's a novelty.
Yes, short meetings are always nice, but we've got 5 different meetings this week, so it's gonna be a long week.
Well, have fun.
Yes.
Good.
It'll be good.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you,
Have a good
Rachel.
day.
You guys have a good day.
Okay.
Yes, you too.
Unfinished business. Right, resolutions. Thanks, Rachel, see ya.
Would you like the door open or shut?
You can just shut it, that's good. Thank you very much.
Mural for Arts, Resolution 168, 2023. Be it resolved, the council approve the proposed mural project from the Carberry Arts Council to be placed on the north wall of the building at 122 Main Street. And further be it resolved that upkeep maintenance costs for the mural be the responsibility of the Carberry Arts Council. We have a mover, please. Yeah, second, Robbie.
So this came
Questions?
up a little while ago and it was circulated in the email. So I know we kind of talked about this a little bit at our last, well, a little bit at our last meeting, but the town had already given this the go-ahead after we had discussed this. I didn't see any issues, but there were some questions in regards to, like, you know, the building being the heritage building, that was already clarified. And then we kind of suggested that if there could be any other locations, but I guess, you know, I'm not gonna die on the hill, so we'll just go ahead with this. But as far as it being done, they, like, Arts Council is responsible for upkeep and whatnot. Because the problem was is that if it's gonna be there, perfect, but who's gonna take care of it, right?
Is there a picture of it?
Yeah, I had circulated a while
Picture.
ago.
Quite a simple one, it would not consist of one main
It's not gonna be woke or anything like that.
No,
It was
it's
sort of just a bunch of circles blended together with different colors, was it not?
You should be careful what you say.
It's mainly a blue and yellow, like it's,
Some of these other towns are putting up 8x8 plywoods or something, and then they can
Visually
screw it to a
see-
building, and if you have to take it down,
Exactly.
it's easy, you aren't doing anything to the building.
Yeah, because with some of those old bricks, can't really paint over them, they breathe, eh?
Well, this one's not on brick, I don't.
Oh, there
Is
was
this
a
on
picture.
tin or is
Oh,
this
right
on?
here.
I forget.
This is on the addition, so it'll be the newer part.
Yeah, but it's, yeah, there's
Oh,
one.
well, that's what the plan is, but
That's on the
That's-
end of the
that's it.
building.
Pretty basic sketch. So just like
but
flower.
it's supposed to be, for, like,
it's a truth and
Reconciliation,
reconciliation.
yeah.
So it's
Oh, okay.
a Métis.
Indigenous
Well,
flower.
it's
indigenous flower, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't actually seen, like, maybe you have something else, but
Yeah,
I've
I'm
never
trying
actually
to see
seen
if I
it.
have more. The original concept was like, it was that, plus like, it was, the original one was beautiful, it was one of the post office, but you had to scale it way back.
So not to sound horrible, but when the time comes that it's feeling moved to its, that's run its course, Arts Council is responsible for putting it up. Okay. Like, I'm not trying to sound mean or nasty, but it just,
You know, like, it is our building, but.
And in theory, it's a funded arts too, so it is
Mhm.
kind of funded. Rather than that
Well,
on us
yeah,
in the
but.
long run, but I know we're,
Maybe, maybe not, depends on donations and.
well, yeah, right, and I know like Arts
Programs.
Council, we're gonna get, you know, the artist itself to try to do like an agreement that she is planning on, you know, doing like the corrective coding on it and doing the upkeep, so.
We got a mover in a second.
Okay, everybody had enough talk on that? All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you. General business, truck repair costs, Newport Co-op. Trish, go ahead.
Do you want to move this one? Or-
Maybe we'll
or did
keep
that-
this one, we'll go in camera with this one after,
Okay,
okay?
Yep.
Mach 10 meters, resolution 169, 2023. Be it resolved, the council approves a quote from Wosley in the amount of $8,253.28 to install 10 new Mach 10 water meters. And further be it resolved that the funds be taken from the Langford Utility Reserve. We have a mover, please.
Davidson.
Seconder, please.
so,
Is
just a history on this one.
This doesn't include installation, does it? This is
No,
just the meters?
this is just the meters,
So
yeah.
we should take to install it, right? To purchase, maybe.
Yeah, that's fine, I'll just change the wording on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's my
It's okay.
So right now, so I guess the current water meters that we have in place, they're definitely extended on their life expectancy. So they did tell us they'd last about 10 to 15 years, and some of them are already seeing that they're done. So what the plan is, and what Tim, Teresa, Matt, and I've kind of discussed, is that we would replace 10 meters every year. They're all not, like, there's some of them, most of them are still working, but it's the ones that we've noticed that either when Matt goes and reads them, they come in and we don't get a read on them, or there's issues with the meter, that sort of thing. So we're replacing the ones that we're finding are having issues right now. But the Mach 10s are the newer ones now that are coming out, so eventually we do have to get them. So we're just gonna kind of start phasing them in and then be done with them. There's 131 meters. So it's a lot of cost, but if we kind of just gradually phase them in, it might not be so bad.
And this all comes out of the water reserve, this doesn't come out of general
Right.
revenue by
Yeah.
any means, so
Yeah,
the customer pays for this, so.
so they're not cheap, but the plan, and like in your budget next year, I'll be putting this in there. Just, this kind of happened after we'd done that, so we thought we'll just take it out of the reserve for now, but going forward, it'll be on your budget every year.
Our one will read it.
Pardon?
Our one will read them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Just
yeah.
finish it.
Yeah, and then, like, I mean, Tim will just kind of make sure that they're done properly, and like the installing part is, Tim does that, so you'll see the bill in time for that too, but
Just doing the math, is 10 enough at a time within 5 years?
that's what
Might
we
be-
figured out, yeah. And they're expensive, so it's kind of hard,
More than you need.
yeah.
So that's each, or is that
That's
for
total,
10?
that's
Oh,
for
it's
10.
10, okay.
Yeah.
$820 each, right?
Yeah, they were 857,
No, that's okay, just,
yeah.
But it's sort of a strat plan for the
Oh,
water
absolutely.
utility.
Oh, no, sorry,
Yep,
each
nice
unit
story.
price was $589, and then there was
Transportation.
other fees on top, so yeah, it would be about $800 a unit, yeah. So,
Okay, good.
sorry, Grant, you,
Yeah, just these new water meters, they're scanned and they can be electronically read.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Matt has a device that he takes out, and he can pick it up, basically, if, he doesn't have to be at the property, he can be from the road like a mile down and it picks it up right away.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah, with the, that's why we have to replace these, cause with the old, some of them, they're not picking it up right away.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty slick system, yeah,
It saves Matt time.
it does, yeah. Yeah,
Any more questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you.
thank you.
Tile drainage, section Southwest 291416 WPM. Resolution 170, 2023, whereas council has received a drainage application for the Southwest 291416 WPM from Bo Ross Contracting on behalf of the registered owners, Bray Farms. And further be it resolved that council approve the application on the following conditions. Number one, that the applicant receives written consent from all downstream landowners within 1 mile. Number two, that any costs incurred for repairs and maintenance related to this project be the responsibility of the applicant. Number three, that a minimum of 50 meter from the edge of the wetland,
I don't know if I finished that.
Should-
Hold on a
setback.
second. Setback, yeah. Having a moment.
that sound the right word in there, Trish?
I think so. Where did they, I think
Yep.
it was, it was during, setback of 50 meters, that's what it was. That's setback, a minimum setback,
50 meters
Yeah,
from the edge of the
sorry.
wetland.
yes.
Who determines the wetland?
I think it's the prop, yeah, I was gonna say.
Determined by province then?
The water resource officer.
It doesn't have it in that one.
Yeah, for that area, it's Ingrid.
Ingrid.
You've had enough on,
There's
50
a,
meters.
I'm not sure if you're in her district or not.
I think I am right up to, Langford, just a mile.
Yeah, okay.
Weren't we supposed to refer this to Ingrid?
We did.
She passed?
She replied with a comment. She basically had indicated this setback.
This is what we talked with her
Yeah.
watershed about.
Yeah.
She would have approved it.
By resource officer.
She would have approved the project.
Water resource.
Just rubber stamp.
officer.
Where's that water run, Jaron?
Into
That's
Franklin
good.
Creek,
Kite?
I think
Sorry.
that's better.
into Franklin Creek. So it goes across 464 and cross country down to Ellis's, Brian Ellis's, you know, and then into Park Lake.
Okay.
And number 4, that the project only is to operate when the water is in the next downstream culvert is at or below crown and receding.
I don't know, that was in
Crown, does that mean the
Top
top
of the culvert.
Top.
top of the culvert?
that was in the last one, so I didn't know if you wanted to put it in this one or not, but
Right.
yeah, okay.
I think that's what we're starting to look at.
Okay.
Especially, I think that would have helped with our issue with North Norfolk.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, I don't know if you have any other conditions you wanted in there, but that's just what I kinda gathered from
That's what you got from
our
that
conversation with
information?
Ingrid, so,
This is about as much as we can.
yeah, yeah. I know. Does that make sense to everybody though? Yeah,
Okay,
sorry about my
we have
sleepiness.
a mover for that, please.
I'll move it.
Darren, seconder. Robbie, any more questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I just have one, I'm sorry,
It's okay.
I have one question. I feel 50 meters isn't enough, but that's the provincial regulation is.
That's what she had indicated, yeah.
It'll probably depend on the grade into it
Yeah, she
and
said
the
it-
soil
and the
type.
soil type, yeah. They'll have reasons to come up with that, formula, yeah, good word.
Fairly decent clay there.
Okay,
But it's
I'm for it too.
Alcohol, that's the biggest problem. that you're worried about.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about them, like I went and looked at the property and there's, well, 2,000 or 3,000 wells, maybe waters, all that. Now, they put that drain closer to level, it might drop, is that one slough on a dry year, and he has to haul for water, that's why 50 meters isn't that far.
No.
Right,
And I did notice on that hill that there is about 150 meters, that's where they're gonna put a drain, so I don't know. I don't think it's gonna, you know, there's still gonna be water there in Lyle Slough, but it will drop this slough on a dry year.
You got quality directly.
Well, especially when they're going 3 foot deep.
Yes.
And into any of the licenses, I think there is a mitigation thing, like the province has something to go back on. If it causes ill effects to a neighbor, we would have to go and change something.
Okay,
So they might have to shut off those tiles and go further out if it's not working right.
great.
so normally what happens is if, like, we set out our conditions with this, we forward them to the province, because the drainage applications unfortunately are left with us to approve, but they actually get the rubber stamp from the province. So what Jared is saying is that, like, we do set these conditions out, but the province is regulated through their regular, right? So they make sure that that's followed through on, I believe, is what my understanding is, but
It's supposed to be.
supposed to be, yeah.
Watershed hasn't passed this yet either, it was tabled at the last meeting.
Oh, okay, okay. Good to
Until
know.
we discussed it.
Okay.
Okay, Grant?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
fine, I'm
no
not
problem.
involved with it.
Those are good concerns, like.
Yeah,
Like, I know exactly where they're gonna put that drain, and it's gonna be 3 feet under, and then I just took a visual
Yeah.
and looked at it, and it's gonna drop his water right here. But he's got 3 cows, or he puts 4 in there, I talked to him personally, but it's the point, that he has to haul water, you know, because it's on a dry year, because of the drain. Is there possible that you could shut that drain off?
Probably.
there's a, yeah.
Could we, is that possible, that one that's just north of Wells? I think they'll
I
put
think
it,
they said that there is a shut off.
There's a shut off, there is a shut off gate at the outlet at the bottom.
I would
Yeah.
like, yes.
But that's, we're talking about 100 feet drop from the
Oh,
top.
it's quite a ways from that slough down to the bottom there. Like it
If
could
you shut it off at the bottom, you'd have springs all the way up the hill.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It's gotta be the opposite, right?
But he has to receive, right there and before that, it says that the applicant receives written consent from all downstream landowners within 1 mile. That includes
Just say
Lyle.
no.
It should, yeah.
It should include Lyle. Lyle should be, if they need consent from him, if he doesn't give consent,
Right.
Yeah, Lyle can say no.
he has every right to say no to it.
That's the only concern when I looked at it, is that I knew exactly where they're gonna put it north of that slope. And it'll be as close as possible to that slope. And I just thought I'd bring it up, I didn't know. if you could-
That's good.
No, that's good.
Okay, thank you. RCMP 150 plus PR 911 golf tournament. Resolution 171, 2023, be resolved the council approve Ray Grayson, Dallas Homestead, Rob Van Comer, and Trish Fraser to attend RCMP 150 and PR 911 golf tournament on August 31st, 2023 at a cost of $100 per person. Can we have a mover, please? Malcolm, seconder. Harold. Any questions? That's in Shiloh, right?
Yeah, I sent this a little while ago, just the 3 that had expressed interest, and I'll welcome you said too if you wanted to go. Depending on how things go with taxes, I might not be able to go. Might be a little bit busy in here, but I could send somebody else in my place.
I may go, but I hate committing to dates so far
Okay.
out, you know.
Well, like once it gets closer to, it's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
month and a bit away, so.
If you can't go,
Okay.
Well, like, seriously, if anybody really wants to go when it gets down there, like if they're not harvesting or something,
Well, that's it.
I, you know, I'll step aside for anybody if they
Same
wanna
here,
go.
if somebody
Just
else
we need to
wants
get names to put a team in, eh?
yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, like I've already submitted our registration
Yeah.
as is,
Yep.
but I mean, it can always
You
be
can
revised,
flip-flop,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's whatever. If one of you,
Yeah,
I haven't golfed for 20 years, so you have to.
Maybe next year.
Okay, all in favor?
do we get to vote?
Opposed?
Yeah, right.
Carried, thank you.
They're
yes.
fine.
But I think it's good,
You get your
represents.
Health Action
RCMP
Committee
150,
representative.
that's once in a
Resolution
lifetime.
172, 2023, be it resolved that council appoint Councilor Grant Paradine as representative for the Health Action Committee. Can we have a mover, please?
There was some,
Robbie, seconder.
there was some concern to me that my heart isn't in it.
Well, so actually, I was gonna elaborate on this. Normally, there's 2 committee members on this.
Mhm.
So Harold, you were listed, and Grant, you've been going. So, I mean, there should be 2 going, like, let's,
yeah, but I was busy.
which is fine, but there should be 2. I looked through the bylaw, actually indicates that there should be 2 representatives from council.
Mhm.
So we're just, I mean, I know you've been going, but you're officially appointed, that's okay. If you're not okay with it, well,
No,
just say so.
No, I just, there was concern, like, from Donna, well, there's real concern about the bylaw, and I should have brought it up sooner, but they've, if somebody's got, some of them, if they gotta be appointed, they just don't, for some reason, don't like that.
Right.
Yeah, and that's been the major concern.
Mm.
Now, I made a, I don't know, I can't even remember the comment, my heart is in it,
Mm-hmm.
but I also represent the taxpayers of the RN, so I don't, you know, I feel like I'm just a sound off to you. I don't wanna, like, if, we could set a precedent, it's pretty hard with them, like, for example, for cost documentation, you know, the sending out, here's a question for the RN, is legally, can they request the emails from the RN in their town? That's unjoined, I understand, but they're requesting $500 for us, for mail postage, a third of the cost. Now, if we set that third, then they, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the, so I was dead silence, like, I don't believe, they generated a lot of donations,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we should, I would vote that $500 down now, because let's say they wanna go build, that'll commit, or, you know, assume it's a third of the cost, when they got, but there's no definition on structure, like, once we set that precedence, then we could really be in some serious cost.
Mhm.
That's just,
That's you're talking about the 500 for the newsletter to me, right?
Yes.
That's what they're coming back at
yeah,
us with?
it's $1,500 cost, where if we approach the RM in the town for the emails, then we can reduce that cost.
Well, we'd actually indicated that before they printed that, to say that they could email out. Like, instead of printing them, we had actually indicated that they could have emailed.
There's nothing
but-
against the bylaws that we can't do.
No.
Well, why are we going old school on printing?
That's the committee decision, right? I believe.
Okay.
I know, that's probably what the recommendation was, right? I'm assuming that they print it from majority of the committee, that would be why they did it.
Well, we did it for the doctors on the cost, and I donated to that cause,
Right,
and they
yeah.
got zero response, and it was, and I knew the response wasn't, well, there was actually one. But we have to, reduce costs, and that's,
Taking costs up.
Yeah, no, I understand.
as far as fundraising, well, I've been on a committee that raised $3 million. No, I don't wanna be part of a fundraising committee when I'm representing the taxpayer, that's not my job, so. Another concern they have is 2 counselors, like there's only gonna be 7 on the board, then we take the community aspect of the Health Action Committee out of it, where should there just be 1 counselor from RM? I'm just throwing things out here, guys. Should there be 1 counselor and an alternate, and one counselor, well, just 2 part of the board of 7, I don't know, but if we put 4 votes, and there's
The
only
bylaw
7,
does say 2 members.
there's no, then we take the vigor of the community,
Yeah.
so that's
The
the,
people that wanna be on it,
Yeah,
that aren't
exactly.
appointed.
yeah.
So what does the town have?
2.
They have 2 also.
Like, the bylaw says 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Just-
2 citizen reps from each and 2 members of council from each.
I personally, and I'm just gonna say, is there should be 1, and then everything financially's gotta be voted here anyway, right? Like, I can't give go ahead for,
Yeah.
They shouldn't be able to spend money without.
There seems to be a misunderstanding here, because this is the same as any other committee. Us sitting on the board, we are strictly as liaison to the
Yeah, that's the
council.
word I was
We are
trying to think
not
of.
supposed to be.
Like,
Not
you can volunteer
anything
your
more
time,
than
but it's
that.
not really, it's up to the councilor how involved you wanna be, like the job is to be part of the meeting, bring back information and, financial
yeah,
info.
well,
but-
that's anyway, but
No.
I'm kinda silent because I just am thinking, definitely for our customers, this is taxpayers, but if we raise the precedence of 33% on everything, like that, there's no definition where, they don't even have a mandate on whether the money's, it's broadly, where that whole constitution's got to be formed, where the actual money goes before we commit to a milling cost of 33%. Because they'll, how that goes, they'll assume that. Then that takes the vigor of donations.
Well, that board has to start, it has to look at how the rink board runs and all these other boards run. So they have to kind of fall in line
Get their terms
somehow.
of reference.
However you do it, they need a terms of reference, they need a budget, they need control, like they have to be, they have to be, justify where their money goes to the boards. Like, and I mean, you're part of it, and you always have a say, but they can't just be, like, how long has this board been in action?
A long time.
For a long
So,
time.
like, it should be probably better run than this then.
It's kind of just had like a rebirth this last year,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so
Yeah,
moving forward,
I believe the terms of reference was being updated.
so that's a start.
I think it is, I just haven't, I don't know if I've got the actual final from the committee, like, have you guys reviewed the terms of reference?
Yes, briefly on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but basically, this point we gotta do right now, but I'm really getting flack the other way, you know, like, there's gonna be, could be, I'm not saying gonna be, I'm assuming, but there'll likely be two. You know, the board has to be appointed.
Mm.
And these are pretty two strong health action members.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's, you know,
Unfortunate.
but that's where I'm at anyway, with the health. And yeah, I'll go with it, definitely fill my duty. Someone's gotta do it, and unless Harold wants to do the main.
Well, it says we need two though, right,
Yeah,
Trish?
it
So
says Harold
who else
and you.
would like, you
Yeah.
want to stay on there? Harold then?
Yeah, I'll stay on, but I still don't think it wouldn't hurt to have a third person put in as an alternate.
Well, there should be, I mean, if you.
Well, I was sort of going as an
Yeah,
alternate,
you were
but
going,
it's,
yeah.
But if you or I or whatever, Harold, and it's Ray's decides who can fill that, he'll come on holidays and you can't go or something.
but if you two can be the two appointees,
And I guess if one of us can't make it, we can make phone calls to
Yes.
anybody here to fill
somebody
it.
else, yes.
That's what you should do, yeah.
Okay, so we put Harold's name down there?
It's already down.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
Harold's already appointed, we already
Okay.
appointed him at the beginning of the term.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, we got a mover and a seconder to put Grant down on.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a mover in a second?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, you do, I just didn't put it on here.
Sure.
Yep, sorry.
Robbie and Aaron. All in quit, or in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you. 2024 AMM Western District Meeting hosts.
So Ray, Dallas and I went to the Arm of Sifton for the AMM Western District meeting. And I might have volunteered us to be a district host
Might have a vote.
for 2025.
Five.
Five, sorry, I put 4, but it's actually not for another couple of years.
Third in this next.
So what we talked about is maybe having it in Brookdale.
I think we could handle it there.
Wellwood would be too small to have that many, so yeah, we're gonna host the district meeting for Andy.
What month?
Pardon?
What month?
It's usually in June.
June,
June.
Yeah.
towards the end of June.
Yeah, so, I've already got a list of what I would like to do and I'll start that, but,
Carry on.
yeah.
Nope, I think it's a good deal.
Okay, so yeah, just letting you know.
Let
Wow.
some of these people from other districts or other areas drive down 350.
Yeah. I know.
Boys are in Oak Lake, it's their turn to come here.
Come on, we're
You'll have to pin it.
Showcase Brookville.
Robbie.
Okay, that's good
Anyway, I'm
information,
just-
that's
I'm
good.
just letting you know.
lots of Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah. Great.
We got a little bit of time to plan for that.
So the Minister of Municipal Relations will be there as well, so
Good.
they can come for a drive.
Excellent.
Nipah Healthcare Center, Health Center update.
Ray, you can, I think I sent this out in an email a while ago. Ray, you
Yep,
attended the meeting just in regards to the Nipah Hospital. So they did announce our contribution for, the hospital. And it looks like our contribution is $725,155.59. So, we, do have a reserve started. We have been putting money in there, I think, when is that due, Ray? Like, when
End
is,
of 25, I think.
That's not too bad.
I think, where's my reserve, sorry, I don't have that in my.
Give us a couple years.
221,000 in the wellness reserve.
So that's what it is then, yeah. So I mean, we put,
Yes, it's been a week easy.
I guess my question is, and this is, why isn't Carberry putting something in? Why isn't Minnedosa putting it something in? Gladstone's putting money in, and they're gonna get hammered by Portage too for another 800,000. Whereas Carberry,
how do they go about that then?
I would like
I
maybe
like
make an
to know-
appointment with Mr. Schoonbart and tell him to give us an answer why these
Yeah.
other towns aren't putting something in.
Or perhaps a Zoom meeting if we can find out.
But ours is on a percentage, they figured,
Yeah, it was 12%.
they've got their own little diagram of how it was set up, and
I think I emailed this out, but
You did.
Is that how,
We should
like,
be
is
way
that,
less than 12% by now with the population growth in Neepawa. We're still 12%. That's what we were for the PCH.
Yeah.
Like this here, the whole
Neepawa
thing,
doubled in
is-
size.
this whole thing is capped at,
6%.
this thing is capped
Yeah.
at $2 million.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Compared,
surprised
if they
you-
would have been 20% like they
North
wanted,
even.
Yeah, it would have been
it
higher.
would have been a lot more, but it's capped
Yeah.
at 2 million, so, but the town of Neepawa is probably putting 12 to 15
I
million
can
in
pass
just
this
in
around.
infrastructure and everything too, they're,
Well, that's where
Really
it's going.
going.
They kind of
oh yeah,
have to.
well, yeah.
Here it is.
But can they tax hospitals?
I don't know if they
No.
built property.
So like, it's not that the town of Neepawa is getting any taxes off of
No, they get all the spin-offs.
it. Yeah.
Can you, sorry, that's really small, but.
That's
It'll
okay.
be some kind
It's
of,
meant to go to Ghana.
I imagine it'd be some sort of a payment in lieu of taxes or something like
Can
that.
you
It's
see,
meant to go to
sorry?
Ghana, it's like the edge of, the edge of Franklin.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, on the south half, they would just go to Brandon.
Brandon supposedly, they think.
They've got McCurry in there, so yeah, you're right, they've got McCurry, why isn't Carberry in there? 1 minute ago, so.
Well, even for a portion,
I
I'm not saying.
wonder if it's because, like, Carberry does have their hospital,
Maybe,
right?
1 minute
Still-
ago, so
Whitestone has a hospital.
So
True.
that could be why, I'm
True.
thinking.
Yeah, I believe Carberry should be in there too, but like, for example, North Cypress, Carberry, myself, but south of the tracks, we tend to navigate our trade this way,
Mhm.
and even health concerns. Percentage, I feel, isn't, I did the calculations of what, I'm just doing an estimate, don't shoot the messenger. But saying now, okay, in my ward, maybe Robbie's ward and Harold's ward, what percentage would they still use Neepawa? It all depends on the doctors, it has nothing, it has nothing to depend. What,
40%.
okay?
Probably 40% of the weight should be.
So my question is, of that 3,000, is that, you know, the percentage wise, is that fair for people that never use Neepawa? But that's all be
But they-
predetermined by
when you
doctor.
say never use Neepawa, Neepawa's gonna have chemo and dialysis,
Yeah,
they
they're
haven't got
gonna
anybody anywhere around here too, so you're gonna get a lot of people from here running up there for that.
Actually, the majority of them go to Brandon.
But if they got it in Neepawa.
I guess you can't really
they
say
might.
that though, because you don't really know.
Because they don't know.
You got no way to know.
well, the way they're going now, they're giving me a couple options with specialty
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's
appointments.
the summary,
And
this is what
then,
they're,
then,
so this is what they're saying, like there's gonna be 9 new, so it includes 96 treatment areas and accommodate ambulatory care, including 9 new dialysis stations, cancer care, and space for visiting specialists, 14 emergency treatment areas, including 1 specialized area dedicated for mental health patients, 3 delivery rooms, 60 medicine surgery beds, 2 ORs, 2 endoscopies,
Endoscopy.
specialty
Awesome.
procedure rooms.
Oh,
and 2
no,
Yeah, so there's like, I
2
mean,
x-rays.
There's a lot of various things in there.
I think it's also trying to offload Brandon a bit too as well, because I think Brandon is,
It's not.
Is
But
Max-
in Brandon, they're in the process of building that hospital now. If you've got a list of what, everything they're adding in Brandon,
but I think the true meaning of these hospitals is all the rural places are closing.
yeah,
And they want everybody to drive to these major centers.
Oh, yeah.
And whether it's here or Brandon or Winnipeg, or what are they going now, down to Morden?
that try.
They go down there now,
Trails
you know, and if Portage is building on, they're gonna make us drive farther. And it's hard to say where, like I would assume all of, say, my ward, a lot of the subdivisions, they're probably, a higher portion of them just go to Brandon. They work in Brandon, so that's where they're probably
Yeah.
gonna go, right? But you take this way, you go like you said, or this way, you're gonna go maybe to Portage. It's hard to say where you're gonna go, but,
You don't know where you're gonna go to.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree, we've gotta make a donation, but my question is, should we base it on 3,000?
Yeah.
That's just, you know, I'm.
Yeah, but that's why they went that percentage and the weighting.
Yeah, so
They
it's
wait.
It's
50%
not based on
of
the
3,000.
well, it's based on the 3,000, but only
1,500.
1,500 of them are gonna use that area.
50%.
Was it, I didn't
Yeah,
catch
it's
that.
weighted.
Yes, it's weighted, so 50% of that number is what they
That's what
calculate.
you're saying, that's where I said it would be more like 40%.
Maybe, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
See,
That's the
we're
number they
still-
came up with.
But yeah,
That's,
you are right, because the, wherever the specialists are, that's
Yeah.
where it's heading.
Yeah, see, here's the weighting is 50%.
So if we were still just Langford, we'd
Yeah.
have about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
It'd be about $467,000 contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'd already have half of that
that's right.
Yeah.
in our reserve.
I actually
Which is
want
why
to
we started
update them a
our
bit on
reserve
this,
in the
because our
first place, when we were
population
still
isn't
Langford.
actually, the 3,010 actually has come down too, so that might.
Shortly after the PC.
But that's what they've come up with for totals right there. It'd be nice to have a reason for everybody to hear why they didn't include Carberry in some of it, or to ask for some even, like,
Just clarification.
do you wanna have
I
a
can-
Zoom one with Brian Schoenberg someday, just for to invite him, like he seems to come down to the town here quite often.
There's no doubt there's gonna be people from Carberry use Neebog and all
Oh,
that.
there always has been, there always
So
will.
they gotta congregate, so would that be based right on our 750, would the town be?
It's just the area around, like, we're not even included,
Yeah,
the town
it
is
says
separate, right?
it's-
Like,
It says
our
it's
area would be
100.
our area.
But he said it's capped at 2 million.
Looks like, isn't that 4 or 6?
6.
That's 6 million.
Or 6
Oh,
million,
6
maybe it's
million,
6 million, sorry,
So,
yeah, capped at 6.
like, we're talking about the town here, like, isn't that, like, so we're gonna talk to the minister, and he's gonna say, well, maybe he should be, and all of a sudden Carberry gets a bill for $500,000. Like, I mean, I don't wanna be part of that.
But the government won't sit down and tell us what their plans are for the hospital in Carberry.
Yeah, no,
If they would sit down and say, this is what our plans are, so the town of Carberry and the area knows what's going on. They're promising us a doctor and a locum and all this and that, but they're still promise. Or what is their big plan down the road? And nobody will tell you that.
They probably don't know, Ray.
No, they don't.
Or else they know and they don't wanna say, because
I
they
think
might close the
that's-
hospital.
Well, it's, I would wait till the next
I
election.
can, on the report around the table, fill in exactly where we're at Carberry, and yeah, this is what now I'm on the health action, I'm gonna get double barreled here, and Carberry gets hit, like you said, for, you know, we're trying to save a hospital, and Carberry's gotta donate
Yeah,
Do I send anything asking for clarification, do I leave it alone?
Well, Minnedosa there, Minto, Dana, they were going to go after the town of Minnedosa and try and get some of them out of their share.
Oh. But I'm thinking the reasoning behind this is because they both have hospitals open.
I'd be more tempted just to email and ask for clarification why they weren't included.
Yeah, that's,
Or-
Just for an easy
But-
start.
but that email is,
Start
that's
and an
still-
that's
easy-
a loaded gun.
yeah.
I know, but it's a simple question.
Well, yeah, I just,
Even as simply worded as why were the certain locations chosen where the others were not? Just leave it open-ended without saying any specific names.
Somebody's gotta sign it.
Yeah.
Question on behalf of the council, is it not?
I can
It's a
certainly,
simple question.
Yeah.
hey, that's fine, I can,
Yep.
just tell me what I need to do. Yes, everybody's good with me doing that? Robbie, so.
I'm on pins and needles now.
How about I ask for clarification, no, never mind, I was having a train of thought on this one.
it's 2025, right? So
Let's
you can ask them, you could maybe ask the question is, what percentage of surrounding areas are gonna use the hospital? And they will have a percentage of
They've done
Carberry.
their stuff, yeah.
And then you can open it that way. And Minnedosa, they still will have a percentage of people going there.
Okay.
But I think they've already got that on the waiting
No, but-
process there.
But, yeah,
They're expecting 50% of Westlake Gladstone to come there, 100% of Rosedale, 100% of Gladstone. Or Glenella, Lansdowne, McCurry, 10, Odana, you know, they.
I realize that, but they're still like, they still have to think Carberry, Minnedosa, Brandon. They still have to believe that there's gonna be sharing of these hospitals around.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah, it's not just gonna be,
without having to ask the question, why is this town not in there, you can ask,
I can just
what's
ask
percentages of the
surrounding
local
areas,
surrounding
yeah.
it, like a 100-mile radius are gonna use it. You know,
Like,
just,
there's lots of people that are Depot can't even get a doctor. They
Oh, I
gotta go
know.
to Brown for doctors.
absolutely.
And there's a
Yep.
pile of people from here go to
Yep,
there and
absolutely.
to there, wherever for doctors.
I just, I
People
don't,
all over the province are going.
yeah,
Like
Yes.
this.
I just myself feel we can't just ask the question about Carberry.
no,
I
we'll just
just-
say what percent of the surrounding
It's ju- That's
areas.
a shit show waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Would be using the
Like,
hospital.
when this hospital's built, they could have a certain number of doctors working out of it and have one to rotate to Carberry and Minnedosa, and I think they've discussed that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they
It'd
had
Still be
that,
Depot would be the major center.
they had that years
Be
ago,
satellite.
Dr. White came
Yeah.
down here for a while.
Well, I'm gonna push that on the next health action day, like, we need that question answered by the health minister, is there gonna be a
Or do we just leave well enough alone and,
Well,
I can ask
I-
the percentage.
I know where you're coming from, though, how do you?
it's awful tense right now.
Well, right,
If we-
Maybe some of that should be included in.
This, yeah, in video.
I like Malcolm's idea.
Anyway, that's an update on it, put it that way.
Yeah,
well,
So am I
there's a reason
sending
why
the-
that question shouldn't be asked, but
not right
maybe ask it
now.
carefully.
yeah.
Sorry, me and the health, I'd say no, not right now.
Like even asking the percentage about the surrounding areas?
Like, we gotta find out if, from the provincial government, if we're getting Carberry's getting a doctor, that's the number one.
I don't think they're ever gonna give you an answer.
My, it's just recorded.
Yeah, every minute,
Sorry, dude.
twice.
It doesn't look
Well, and
Anyway, it's just,
So,
this is an
I'm not-
update, what it was, and that's
I'm
was
not
presented.
sending anything then?
Yep, yep, it's
Nope.
just,
Nope,
we
okay.
presented what we've
No letter, no nothing. Okay,
Good
Well, if
discussion.
we do have to change our wards 5 and 6.
So we're
shouldn't
gonna
have to
do
pay
nothing?
anymore because we've already built it.
we're gonna just leave it as
got.
is. We have to give some money, actually. So right now, we're putting $10,000 in. We're gonna have to start
budgeting for a
putting
lot
more in
more.
there, cause
Yep.
that's not enough,
Yep.
obviously, so. Just a heads up for budget.
That's a good thing we started when we did start putting something.
Well,
The
the budget,
northern ward's been paying into this reserve for years, so we shouldn't have to have our taxes go up because,
Pre-planning.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. EAP program, what's this about?
So this is a request from the joint meeting. So the EAP program is, just an assistance, employee assistance program, through MMA, which is Manitoba Municipal Administrators. So it's basically, it was talked about at the joint meeting that this program assists our fire department right now, because they have been through a lot in the recent, with the recent accident too and whatnot. So just looking for something that they can go to, just to discuss, just have somebody to talk to them, which is fine. So yeah, it was discussed that it's $4.25 per person a month. So there's 30 members and the cost would be $1,530 or $765 if we split it with the town. That's per year. So, I mean, it's optional for other staff to, like, not just the fire department, but it is optional for other, like, municipal staff. This did come up a while ago and we didn't,
I enjoy a lot of us.
I mean,
I haven't realized that, and I-
it's
was talking
optional,
about it,
right?
yeah.
So I do think that this is something that is requested from our fire department.
There's a million other consultants offer the same thing. Is this the best one or the
I
right?
think anyway, people know it's good, but.
when I was with the government, they had a huge program. And some of us used them through the years, and it was absolutely zero usefulness.
That's what I'm worried about.
And depending on who you get, it would be better to actually try to find a private sector, that business that you could have on a retainer, that you, like these programs, I don't know what these guys have, what their profession is, what they're certified in, how good they are,
That's right.
right? Like, you need the right people to talk to you in the right circumstances. Like these guys with the accident out here, like, that's a lifelong conversation that they're gonna have themselves. So they need the right help.
Yeah,
The
In
right,
this program, the right help.
but is this the right program?
That's right.
yeah, that's what I'm,
That's the question, yeah.
And
You
That's-
asked Grady that, didn't you, right?
I don't really wanna talk
Yeah.
about this openly, but like, I know they need assistance.
Absolutely.
Like, they need all the help, and I'm
Yep.
not trying to kibosh this, but you're right, like, is it gonna be valuable to them? Is it gonna be something that,
Is
like-
this something we can do for 1 year?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I
Rick,
was gonna
just-
say we
And then
could-
evaluate it?
Yep.
And then they
Yeah.
can tell us whether it's good enough or.
They're requesting this, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yes,
they
yeah.
Look into it, I'm sure. I mean,
Like a 1-year program, like a 1-year commitment
Yeah.
with this right now, it would
And
be
then
awesome
see
for
where it's
them.
going, yeah.
See what they think of it and what it's
And then
doing.
they
If
can
it's
say
not
whether
right,
it's
we'll
good enough.
move on.
they
If
want
it's not the right one, we
something
look elsewhere, because
They need help now, not a
these,
year.
that's
Yeah.
right, like, these guys are gonna need
Let's
help.
put her in for a year and, or, we've gotta get something in place, cause mental health issues, it's just slow. And it's 5 years, then there's explosion.
Absolutely.
And so basically we got, but that question's gotta be answered. One thing I'll say about mental health, I've done some investigation and helped some few farmers over the years get over some troubling times, is they get new staff. So he'll or she will go to this counselor, and then the next time he goes for concerns, he's got a new counselor. So
Somebody's
start
retired.
all over
Somebody's
from
got a baby.
scratch, or her. So that's the problem with provincial, so I go with Rob's idea, again, provincial.
I'm just gonna put that out in that's.
Yep, that's a good idea.
I'm sorry, Dallas was the mover and Grant, right?
Yeah.
You're right, Grant's the mover.
Okay,
We need to
go here.
investigate that.
Resolution 173, 2023, be it resolved that council approve the cost of $1,530 for the Education Assistance Program through Manitoba Municipal Administrators for 30 members of the Carberry North Cypress-Langford Fire Department. And further be it resolved that costs be shared with the town, want 50-50 with the town of Carberry?
Well, I just switched here, but yeah,
Okay.
that's okay.
And further be resolved that council re-evaluate the program after 1 year. Mover by Dallas Homestead, second by Grant and Jardine. We got any other questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much.
There's the Spruce Woods colony there. They're volunteer, they're not even, they weren't at the accident.
There was one young man there.
I don't know, to be honest, I'm not sure.
I know this for a fact, Gopher told me, and I know his name, but I won't say it, but he's not having it, he's not good.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking,
If there's anybody else that would be,
Well, that's,
yeah.
I was just thinking that, but that price would be for 30 if they've got the price for it, right? If we
That
don't-
was just individuals times 30, I think it was like a $4 whatever, so
Okay, so
I'm
he,
sure if it was an option, would we,
but he should be able to go through mental
was
health
Yeah, I was gonna say
for
through,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Like this is,
but you know, mental health through a free, like through Prairie Mountain Health, just in
It's-
regards
it's-
to mental health in general, it's
It's
awful.
not
Like,
good enough,
the waiting list is awful.
really,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not good. Like, there's clinical, psychologists or whatever you call it, that you can pay $180 an hour session with. That's not free, nobody can afford that, so yeah, they're gonna go through
So-
Prairie Mountain Health, 'cause it's free.
If there wasn't like
System
a
that-
individual resident and help job that isn't on payroll, would it be possible to,
That's up to council, I don't know.
see,
right?
like we have people in both offices affected by that were there
Absolutely.
that day.
Yeah,
So maybe we should, maybe we've passed that, but maybe we should expand that
can we,
for 1 year.
32 and,
Put
for
an
2.
addendum to that and say,
Well, it's like, Hasten open up and who needs it for $4 a person.
so what I can do for our staff is send just a information pamphlet about this, and if anybody's interested, to let us know. Because, it was offered a while ago, And obviously the incident happened where you're right, people were affected, and I don't know how the town was affected either, but I do know some people badly were affected. But that's, I mean, if you're okay with me distributing the information to my staff again and seeing if there is anybody interested in it.
Staff and spouses.
Yeah, well, just like any like
Yeah,
benefit, that sort of thing, I can certainly.
I think that's, personally think that that's the right thing to do right now in this circumstance.
Can you just pay a addendum for 2 more for whoever that works for the municipality or lives in the municipality, or no?
It's just for employees.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just trying to.
if you
cover
open,
this
like,
other
not to
way.
be like that, but there's other programs that are definitely, and I don't know what I mean, I kinda looked in this program as well, I've never taken part of it, but there's probably other programs out there like that might be even less costly, I don't know, but
And
that's,
there is Prairie Mountain Health.
Yeah.
so,
yeah.
Last resort, or first resort, I guess, in some other cases, right?
But this covers our first responders
Yes.
that work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If somebody happened to come along that accident, was affected mentally, that's outside of this scope.
That's right.
Yeah, so like,
This is for our first responders.
so, but, like, I know for a fact that some of them in, like, you know, are under my umbrella. I've offered that, like, I knew that this was here and I have offered and I've been told no. So I don't wanna push it,
Right.
but, I mean, it's there, they know it's there, so.
Well, now we're actually doing it,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
let's say this is happening, so
Yeah,
don't be scared to jump on board.
absolutely, and that's kinda, I was trying to give it a little bit of time.
Yep,
'Cause,
no,
you
absolutely.
know, people
And it
deal
is
with it
slow
differently,
now.
so.
Yeah,
It can go from 1 year,
Yeah.
it might be 5 years, but if it does affect, it could be 5 years from now,
Yeah,
not 1 year.
This 30 members, like, you might get all 30, you might get 10, whatever.
Yep.
That
that's why it's
accesses
nice
this.
to reevaluate it after and
Yeah.
see if people are actually using
I
it,
would
and then
say
if
the-
not, then.
I would say the 30 is happening, for
Yeah.
sure, because then, it's not just the one instance, like anything, any one occurrence that happens within the years, they get another 5 sessions out of it or whatever, like
Yeah.
it's, you know, yeah.
You know, like what was, it's 5 sessions per event. So, yeah.
I don't think we can really put a cost on it for
Oh,
our
no,
guys.
no,
I
it's
mean,
not
if they
I wish
need
it was in
more,
place the
if they
day
need
of,
more.
right? Yeah.
Like it was indicated too, they do have access to Westman Crisis Services. So
but again, for them to reach out, right?
that's,
Like this is
that's,
in-house now,
this is
To
in.
getting them going.
and I mean, if certain people need more,
Yeah.
like who cares if it's 5?
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
As long as it's all confidential, and this
Absolutely.
person can go, if he's
Yep.
got a number, if he phones,
Yeah.
then he's in professional care.
Absolutely.
Once he makes it, if he wants help, he'll get help
That's
from
right,
there
yeah.
on.
Okay, so we're okay with just leaving that sort of how it is for now, for 1 year and evaluate again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we'll call the question, all in favor? Opposed, carried, thank you very much. Gravel tenders, resolution 174 then, right?
Yeah.
2023, be it resolved that council approve the tender from Blue Star Construction Limited for gravel crushing as presented. And further be it resolved the council enter into a contract with Blue Star Construction for 2 years. Can I have a mover, please? Grant, seconder, Harold?
We all were present for these, so I don't feel like I need to, but,
Okay.
yeah.
All in favor? Opposed, carried, thank you. Resolution 175, 2023, be it resolved that council approve the tender from P. Baker Backhoe Service for gravel hauling in the north end of the municipality as presented, and further be it resolved that council enter into a contract with P. Baker Backhoe Service for 2 years. Can we have a mover, please? Seconder, Harold? Got a hand up.
Mouse is for.
Okay.
That's fine.
Sorry, did Harold second that?
Yep, I got him down there.
I was pointing at Malcolm.
Oh, well, you had your hand like this, I know.
Just a,
All in
I'll
favor?
take a hint at an auction.
What?
Yeah.
just like gravel hauling, like, that's gonna always bother me. Shouldn't it be spreading gravel?
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Gravel hauling and spreading,
There you go.
is that okay?
Yeah, like it
Sure.
should, like the spreading.
And
We're
that
actually
actually is
physically
what the
putting it on the
contract
road.
says, but I just put that in
Yeah.
there, cause, yeah,
I'll just, yeah,
that's fine.
You don't have to get Rachel in to help you. You gotta be detailed.
Okay,
Spreading, gravel hauling and spreading.
call that passed.
thank you.
Carried.
You are very welcome.
Resolution 176, 2023, be it resolved that council approve the tender from Rempel Backhoe and Gravel Limited for gravel stockpiling in the north end of the municipality as presented. And further be it resolved that council enter into a contract with Rempel Backhoe and Gravel Limited for 2 years. Have a mover, please. Malcolm, seconder. Homestead. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Resolution 177, 2023, be it resolved that council approve the tender from Mitchell Sand and Gravel for gravel hauling and stockpiling in the south end of the municipality as presented.
I'm gonna put spreading in there too, just
And
because.
tenders.
Tenders,
There's 2 tenders.
sorry, yeah, you're right. Tenders, okay, oh, there we go. Approve the tenders from Mitchell Sand and Gravel, for gravel hauling, spreading and stockpiling in the south end. Yeah, okay.
And further, be it resolved that council enter into a contract with Mitchell Sand and Gravel for 2 years. All in favor? Opposed?
Tom, did you get a mover? Or is that-
I can.
No, I don't.
Okay, give me a mover then.
Sure.
No, percent.
Sharon, seconder.
Okay, thank you.
You got him there?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor now?
You-
All right, thank you.
We'll let it slide this time.
Melbourne Road tender. Resolution 178, 2023, be it resolved that council approve the tender from Wirtz Brothers Limited for road construction on Road 76 West, Melbourne Road, at a cost of $161,893.90, .00, whatever that means. Tax is not included.
No, what the heck is that going on
I'm
here?
not sure.
Having a moment. Okay,
And further be it resolved that funds be taken from the gas tax reserve. May I have a mover, please? Robbie, seconder.
Grant.
Any questions on that? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Marvin Beaumont utility bill. Resolution 179, 2023. Be it resolved that council pay the amount of $193.28 for utility account 0128010 Marvin Beaumont due to water services not being available. Could we have a mover, please?
Grant.
Seconder.
Davidson.
Everybody understand what's going on in this one?
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, can you explain this one over again?
Kind of self-explanatory, isn't it?
Yeah,
Guys run
he hasn't had water for the whole quarter, basically.
While we're getting off.
Are we making any headway on finding out what's going on, or?
It's all resolved now, there's no
They thought they
leak.
found it was actually
It's
fixed.
sound, it's good, so right now,
Has he got water?
he's got water, yeah.
He does. Good. I
It
didn't know
fluctuates with him though, like Tim was saying that the pressure sometimes, like, so the ones, I think it's Robertson maybe, that's kinda close to him, like when he's using his water, Beaumont's pressure goes down. Like it seems like he's got, so, I mean, we're still getting water services to look into this whole pressure, to see if they could resolve it for us. I did get a response from them and they've got short staff, of course, with everything else. So they're gonna be sending out somebody in the next couple weeks to talk to Tim. But right now, he does have water, so I mean,
Right.
I did, like, we have indicated to him, like, if he doesn't have water to let us know, but we actually haven't had a call from him for a little while,
Is
so.
he on the end of the line, Beaumont? On that?
Pretty well,
Yeah.
he's up on top of
It
it.
could be a matter of just flushing.
Well, I think Tim, I can't remember exactly what happened, but Tim did talk about flushing that line, like, in the fall. So maybe that could be too, like, he was supposed to be flushing
But
lines.
sometimes in the end of the line sediment goes like that and
Yeah.
restrict and just,
Right, yeah, that could be too. But I mean, either way, it's seems to be resolved, so we'll see.
Okay.
Elms get on their farm, they flush that every year, they don't line, because we're on the end.
Right,
And we do notice a little bit, even near the end before we flush it,
okay.
you know, that's
All
just-
in favor of that? Opposed? Carried, thank you. Outstanding bill, resolution 180, 2023. Be it resolved that council write off invoice 2020 00043 totaling $3,327.50. Can I have a mover, please?
Also, we wanted to issue about this.
I'll move it to the table.
Harold and Malcolm?
Okay, so this is an invoice to CN for the dust control from 2020, I think,
Looks like
to do the Hart overpass. CN, we've had several conversations with them, they are not paying it. They won't, they used to pay it because there was construction going on there, like long ago. And now, well, we haven't been applying dust control on that Hart overpass. But in the past, we were billing them, and then they were paying it, but this past, whatever it was, 2020, they denied paying it, so it's on the books, and I have been advised to write it off. If you guys feel like I need to.
So that was 1 year spring, $3,300.
2 passes for 1 year, yep. So I mean,
Oh, you've tried.
we just got so I'll give you a background on CN. The fire department bills CN for fires on their line when it happens. We just got reimbursed, because I fought with them for 3 years of billings. They weren't paying them because we didn't have enough documentation to back it up. So we just got a check in the mail paying for all those. So I can try and follow up with this.
No, that's not what I just
Yeah.
seemed high for.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been on the books for a while. I have talked to like the higher end people on this, and there was no agreement in place for them to pay it. The only thing they could find was because there was construction way back when, CN agreed to pay for the dust control when that was going on.
But CN's created unsafe overpass. Normally it would have been flat through there. Now they've made an overpass over it, and that was their decision to put the overpass over, not ours, I would assume in the day, was it not?
That was their, yeah, they were expanding their,
Yeah, but they're,
spur lines.
So I can.
But
I can follow up.
the north of Douglas there, the other overpass,
yeah.
like that's in
Mhm.
that's-
Elton.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't get hit either. Like,
No, well,
they really don't need calcium. And they would have it, they would be a part of the construction program with the contractor, and it wouldn't be them paying, it would have been the contractor
the
paying the
contractor.
calcium at that time,
Yeah, that's right.
when that was built, so.
we're not calcium now, so that's.
No, yeah, so I mean, yeah, you're not gonna get any money from it.
No. So I
Yeah.
think everybody understands.
Yeah.
It's just to get it off our books and
Yep.
move on is
Yep.
what I'm wondering, or doing.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing added to the agenda.
Yes, there is something added to the agenda. That
What?
Fairview Dump Road tender that
Okay.
I've got on there. Oh, everybody has my tender to give out. Thank you, I'll take this one.
Give it a shower.
Just give me 2 seconds. Are you, like, have you all reviewed it and I guess I'll put it on the table and then you guys can. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds. I need a new laptop. Or a new operator.
Don't threaten us.
Bring it. He said it.
Nice children.
Promises, promises.
I'm going to get one. No, I am. I just haven't looked into it too much. Oh.
Do you need like a budget amount up to?
No.
In case things go crazy? Just in the month?
I've already allotted for something like that, so it should be okay. If it's more, I'll let you know, but. Okay, so this is Road 84 West, and that's Fairview Dump. So, what's the cost of this one? 120, 509. Okay, and then that's, right. Okay.
All right. Okay, Resolution 181, 2023, be it resolved that council approve the tender from Works Brothers Limited for road construction on Road 84 West, Fairview Dump Road, at a cost of $120,509, taxes not included, and further be it resolved that funds be taken from the gas tax reserve. Can we have a mover, please?
Dallas, was that you? Or did you
Oh,
do
she on?
Dallas?
I can,
Seconder,
Sorry.
Harold.
Bethel was that tax those in that.
Oh, are they?
It says it, they're included.
Total price inclusive of PST. Oh, okay, I'll just put including PST, how about that? Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's okay with that little change there?
Yeah.
So just to
Second,
kind of give you a history, so we just approved Melbourne Road at $161,000. This one's $120,000. Like I said before, your budgeted amounts for projects this year, you had correction line project, which isn't going ahead, which we budgeted $200,000. We're actually kind of saving, not saving, but not allotting for the whole budget this year on doing these two and not doing correction line. So you should be pretty safe with gas tax this year. But just kind of a little money background on approving this.
So if we don't use it, we don't lose it?
No.
Right,
Okay.
so this quote was just for them to do the labor, right? So,
Yeah.
with gas tax, we can still be claiming, the geo and the gravel, like, cause we've already, like, we'll be buying that, obviously, or supplying it, so that can be also claimed. So it's not gonna be 100, like, this is just for the work to be done. There'll be more, costs to the geo and the gravel and that sort of thing, so. But when we go through our budget, I'll show you exactly what each project has cost us and then what exactly comes out of gas tax at the end of it.
Right, okay, Robbie?
I gotta say no way to that.
Sorry, no wait, is that what you said?
Yeah, like,
Okay,
that was just for the labor, and Matt's gotta do all this other work?
yeah.
That's crazy. Sorry. He's holding a gun to our head because he's the only guy that's been on it. If you make these tenders bigger, if you put them both together, you get better pricing. And that is unacceptable to me. He's got a gun to your head and he knows that he's the only guy that's been on it.
So how much were you actually saving from the original tender?
30,000 or 30,
Yeah, so it was 159,000 originally, so we're saving like, yeah,
we talked the
30.
first time with Matt when he was here, we were looking at 50 to 60,000 savings on what we were gonna save with him doing all the work. And then, like him supplying all this material and everything else. And now, like, to me, I do what you can with the road this year and re-tender it next year with something else in my eyes.
Okay.
Like, that's just, we can't be held hostage on this stuff.
No,
Yeah,
if we
that's
set
true.
a precedence, then we're gonna be,
I mean, it'd be awesome to get it done if it was a fair price, but that's not,
Yeah, like
that's
what
not
we
fair to me.
what we can do in January or even in December or whatever, we can get a tender out for this project for the next year
Yeah.
and then. you
No,
can
we
get-
fell behind this year, and that's nobody's
Well,
fault.
that's-
It's
No,
just
yeah,
the West,
like,
but
it is what it is.
Going
Like, it's-
forwards, it'd be
yeah.
nice to have them out by the end of December or something, for contractors to plan for their next summer.
Like, it's not fair to Matt to make him do all that work and.
No, and that's kind of what he said, he's like, this is gonna need more work on me to run around
Wow,
and get all this stuff.
absolutely.
So, and that's fair.
And their prices even are not fair. Like on the gravel, what they were charging before.
Look at what that road going down to Drum Howard's cost last fall.
the only way you get things to
Well,
go down is not spend money.
And it's shorter stretch.
You know, you can't, once things get to a certain height, you gotta put a say no once to get things to go the other way. Well, you can't keep,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on behalf of the taxpayers, you can't accept that.
well,
In my eyes.
I was thinking that, but
Yeah, no, I know, but it's,
I'm glad you mentioned it first, and I confirm,
Yeah.
I second
Okay.
what Rod says.
I mean, that's just me, but I'm just,
No, and
No, no,
like, you
that's
don't
fair,
have to
yeah.
accept this at all.
No, we don't have to.
if you wanna
There's one
accept
way to
it,
not accept it, and we're gonna call the question.
if you wanna accept it, go back to his original contract. I mean, those prices are the same as the other prices for Melbourne, and he's doing all the work there.
Right,
I mean, we asked him for to do the work only so that we could get it down and save money for the taxpayers.
Yeah,
Well,
like
now,
this isn't saving.
no, that's not saving this
I
one.
agree.
If
Yeah.
you wanted to offer them, you could go back and offer them the other one, because we haven't voted it down. We just asked for prices, right?
Mhm.
So the other one is still in play if you wanted it to be. But
Yeah, no, I agree. It is a lot.
And I thought we had kind of discussion, it should be in that 80 to 90,000,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
yeah. Well, just
Well,
quick
definitely.
calculations on what you gotta save on the gravel, a supply to gravel, and all these other things, right? But it's, those prices don't dictate that.
Yeah, you gotta say no once.
Yeah.
Like, so like, the other option is there. Like, the first budget was wrong. The first budget that was, that 60,000, it was just a mistake. The prices he's given us for that road are the same prices as he's given us for the other road. So we've accepted the other road, right?
Yep.
So if you wanted to accept this road, even though it's, the budget that we had was wrong,
Right.
right? So you can take his first budget, but that's probably what he's hoping for, giving us this prices,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, it's whatever, but this one I can't see.
Okay.
I mean, I can't see.
This is the one we're on right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Yeah,
this one then,
fair.
Robbie.
Yep.
Any more discussion on this then? Okay, we'll call the question. All those in favor? All those opposed? We'll call that one defeated.
Okay. There you go. Great.
Communications, Wellwood Community Club, request for funds.
Their $60,000 check has been issued and is being picked up. So they asked for their grant, which is normal, we give them 60,000 and they only take the 30, but they took the whole 60 this time, so. They're having to replace the septic system in the hall, replacement of doors and windows in the rink, and potential air conditioning for the hall. So that's already been dealt with.
Good, thank you. Agriculture in the classroom support. We do that anymore or not?
We've done it in the past. I think we've given them $100
Yeah.
every year. I was gonna do the same, but if you think, I just put it as our normal granting.
Yeah.
But it's correspondence, so just letting you know. If not, just tell me different. But I haven't done the check yet, but I would do the same as what has
Say
been
do the
done.
same, everybody, okay with that?
Okay.
Stay the course.
Beautiful Plains Community Foundation Golf Tournament.
Yeah, they're organizing a golf tournament, August 14th. They're just wondering if we would be,
What did we do last year?
they didn't have this.
Oh, we did?
Mm-mm.
Well,
Yeah.
we've given out a few different ones, so we probably,
What did we do for your minor hockey one here?
We
Rob?
did the
I think it was 300.
$300.
300.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest 300.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what did I call it? What was it called?
Beautiful Plains Community Foundation Golf.
Is that what they actually called it? Oh, yeah. Yep, it is. BPCS golf. In the amount of 300, right? Is that good?
What's the next one, though, the support, what's that mean?
Same thing as what we just doing.
The next one is for something completely different.
Oh,
Do you not read your correspondence when I send it out?
very seldom.
I'm a little worried.
Resolution 2023, be it resolved, council support the EPCF golf tournament in the amount of $300. We have a mover, please. Malcolm, seconder. David. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried, thank you.
Sorry, a second, my computer's frozen, and everything else is frozen. Oh my gosh. Okay, just move on to here.
Carrie.
So the next one, sorry.
Foundation support.
Yeah, this is what I got here. I think that's, yeah, that's the next one. So the Beautiful Plains Community Foundation is, they're talking about their endowment fund. So they're looking for support to increase the existing endowment fund or to grow a fund to support the upcoming new hospital for equipment and furnishings. Your business or organization will receive a tax receipt. Recognized support levels start with 500 for bronze, silver is 1,000, gold's 2,500, platinum's 5,000, and diamond is 10,000 plus. You guys can discuss this if you would like.
You already put it in $750,000.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, well, that's,
Yeah.
you kind of read my mind. You can, yeah, that's,
Probably gonna get letters requesting assistance for other equipment down the line too, I can see.
who was it that we already gave money to? That was Touchwood.
Yeah, we give Touchwood and then two down here for the
Yeah,
bath and
for
shower.
the
repair.
shower, yeah, project.
But that, we did that via COVID fund.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
How do we say no without looking bad? Because nobody, how many people are gonna know about the $750,000?
Well, I would say I politely decline due to the fact we have already been requested
$750,000.
yeah.
over $700,000 towards this project.
Fair.
Nope.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
We could look
These
at
things
it
are gonna
again in
come
the
up every
future.
year for,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
can do one down the road if we want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when something new comes up after it's built, and they ask for funding for a specific thing, we can always kick in for that.
Yeah.
Or else,
Like they're,
after we've paid for it, then,
Start the fund again,
Yes.
right?
yeah, they've got their community endowment fund. This is what you could, there's also different ones you could, you know,
Oh,
yeah, support too, so. But that's okay. Okay. All right, moving on.
MMSM, Manitoba Multi-Storage Material,
Multi-Material Stewardship Manitoba,
that was close.
their annual report. Yeah, so, they paid us 19,000, right here, 19,000, or no, 19 million.
well, they didn't pay us then.
No, we didn't get that much. Yeah, I don't know if you want me to read all this, but
No,
That's fine.
we do get a portion back from them on our recycling, so 148 participating community and other partners. Anyway,
they pay us a little bit back for us, but they don't tell you how much it costs for us to ship it to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
We're still paying them to take
there
it.
is added correspondence, I did send out that, RCA.
Oh, the wrong
The
barrage.
garage. I didn't add it on here,
The
but.
museum has arrived at the museum.
So anyway, I did send this out, it's a pretty
Yep.
large
Oh, it's a long
document.
document, yeah.
There is added correspondence as well, which I'm gonna share with you right now. I can find it on my. Just got this morning, so it's a little late. So this came from the Glenboro Curling Club. And, it's having a moment, okay. So, yes, from Glenboro Curling Club, in 2021, the ice maker of their curling club resigned due to illness. And then efforts to fill the position since then have so far come up with empty-handed. We have a good core of 8 to 10 volunteers that have been taking care of day-to-day season tasks to keep our club operational. However, to continue to improve the playing conditions of our members, we need to find someone with more curling ice expertise and experience to supervise us in our ice conditions, educate us, and perform the tasks that require better skills than what we can do ourselves throughout the curling season, and especially at the time of putting in our ice in October. I was speaking with Rob Van Comer about our club situation, and it was mentioned by him that perhaps the Carberry Curling Club may have excess capacity in this respect. The Glenboro Curling Club wishes to ask permission of the North Cypress-Langford Council to discuss the Carberry Curling Club, the possible scenarios of sharing one of their staff members on a part-time basis this winter to help them in regards to explore how they could work for the benefit of both of the clubs.
I've never seen an advertisement of needing an ice maker.
I think they've just had really tough time finding somebody.
Yeah.
so
Well, if I'd have known, I'd applied.
I can give you some background on this.
Yeah, go
So, they have fought the last couple of years. Now, in Brandon, Terry McNamee does both places now. Because same as greenkeepers in certain areas, it's hard to pay these days for a greenskeeper. Same as ice makers, trying to make enough money doing one job. So when we were talking just in general one day, I said, well, and there's a couple little tiny things here that aren't quite right. It's supposed to be us in the town. And it was just.
Which the town did get this as well.
They
were
did?
included in
Okay,
it. Yeah, I
okay,
was gonna
good.
say that, yeah.
Okay, good. So they don't need very many hours according to the winter block. They need help putting the ice in, and they'll have 2 or 3 different volunteers, or 2 or 3 different tournaments, bonspiels, and then they 2 or 3 times help them set up the ice. They have volunteers that can look after the ice once it's set up and once it's put in for a time, okay? What they need is, just take Shane, Zane, one of those guys, or both of them, whatever. They need to get down there, or they could possibly go down there on Glenborough's dime, according to a schedule set up, and work with them to put their ice in.
Yeah.
And then they would be a consultant in case there's something happen, what do you do? And while these guys are learning, because their ice is nothing like ours, and it would be good experience for them down there working on that stuff. But they would be basically consultants. Now when it started, I believe that maybe our rink board could save money at the time, because if he's not here being paid, Glenborough's gonna pay him, right? They'll pay mileage and they'll pay him. Since that, we've had some discussions, and because of the staffing with when this is gonna all happen and that, maybe the guys actually suggested that they do it on their own time.
Do it on their own time.
On their own time.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So, it's all scheduling, right? Like right now, they're having issues trying to figure out whether to put the hockey ice in as of a couple of days ago. So I mean, it's all scheduling. So if we have our schedule when the hockey ice goes in, we have our schedule when the curling ice goes in, and then there'd be a schedule set up for Glenborough on these guys in their days off. Because they work weekends, so they're off a day or 2 a week,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't have to be one guy. Whatever they want to pay them on their days off.
Then they could go down there after work here and do it flooded at nighttime.
Absolutely.
All you're
What
gonna
they
do is,
choose,
yeah.
then, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think they could work something out.
I was
Side
just,
us.
it's good for our guys, but it's good community
Yes.
Relations.
Oh,
relations.
for sure.
And those guys are good down there, like, they got a great club, and like he says, 8 or 10 guys, like, they're good.
Good for the sport in general, but like you were saying, like 1 year of bad ice
Yep.
is you can live with. After a couple of years, you're gonna lose your members.
Well,
you're gonna lose
We
your
went to
club.
Eder last year, and he said, you're not coming down here to curl. He said, you can't curl on our ice.
Yeah,
So,
I heard.
that'd be going like out on the Brookdale Arena. You know, like, I mean, it's a fun one
But
day.
there's another thing there too, when we have, like your Carberry, when you sponsored your ladies down here, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Then we have the men's in Nippon. Brandon has it, they should be volunteering with the ice groups to learn how to make ice.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if anybody, I don't know if there's one person down there that would actually want to do it for the winter.
Well, that's it.
You know, like,
Yeah.
if they got somebody,
Well, they can't pay enough to make it
no,
attractive.
no. And they don't have enough club members,
No.
but they got a shitload of cash. So when I was talking about maybe making us some money back, that's where my first thought was, is, well, maybe
Yeah,
We
maybe
can-
they could
we-
grant us. and-
we can fund, he can,
If the staff,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
if,
before
right.
Chris, I don't know, left, he talked to them.
oh, okay.
Now, I don't know what he told them, but that's where the guys thought that it would be better if they went on their own time.
Yeah,
And that
I
started,
think I'd be better go on the road time.
yeah, but then I thought, be thinking about it a little bit more in discussion with the rink board, it's probably better if they go on their own time.
yeah,
Because sometimes you question what they're doing down there, other times you don't. But this is this, that's that.
It all depends on the winter too, on if they need them or not.
Well, everything's, like, once everything's in,
yeah.
everything's
Yeah, it's easy
scheduled.
to maintain it
Yeah.
after it's in.
This, like, the schedule for everything is in for
We're
the
only
winter.
talking maybe a month together.
Well, they would be there, like, on and off for the winter,
Mhm.
on their own time.
Mm.
You know, like, you got the
Lots
2
of-
week at Christmas,
Yeah.
got the 2 weeks of Christmas, they're done. So when they come back after Christmas, they wanna go down and tune up the ice, so. Now, they can go down before our ice starts up, or whatever, but it's all just scheduled. So what we would do is if we agree with this, we would go to Chris and say, okay, you give us your schedule. When are you putting in your ice? When do you want to put your ice in? When are you gonna have your bonspiels? Is there anything else that you know, give us
Yeah.
a schedule for your winter. And then it comes back to Callie,
Callie.
and then she sits down and says, well, that's gonna work, but that's not because we have something here.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it, and if they have to change their bonspiels to get our ice makers, they're gonna have to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So I think it's good business, it's good partnership, it's good for the guys down here to go down and work on that ice, they don't know how good they got it here,
Yeah, I agree.
you know? And,
One time, Glen Rose High School, one of the best around.
yep,
So,
Bruce Anderson back in the day, and
Yeah.
when's the next rec board meeting?
probably 2 weeks.
So maybe,
Maybe
should we,
talk about that.
joint council, should I bring this up at joint council too?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they have this.
I guess,
well,
well,
but-
I guess,
I should
we,
just
we have,
blessings
we have
for
blessing
after
from us if
hours.
you
Yeah.
want,
Yeah,
you know, and then,
Yeah,
but just the key word is all scheduling.
yeah,
yeah,
And that schedule can be done, basically, once they've got approved, they can schedule anytime.
yeah.
And that gives our staff here, our people, lots of time to schedule our stuff and make sure, like, we're gonna put our ice in when we got there, our
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And if there's conflicts, they change.
yes.
That's
Sorry, we're not changing for them.
No,
No.
but he couldn't believe that when we started talking about how that might work. Like, he was so excited.
Yeah,
And the other guys, and I know those guys all
Can I
personally.
ask a simple question?
Certainly,
Why didn't you give them my name?
I gave him nobody's name. I just, he asked, it was in talking here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then,
The guy's name on the bottom there, Harold, maybe give him a phone call.
Okay.
Was it Chris?
Chris
I
Chris
made
Whitney.
ice here, I made ice in Epo, and I made ice in Brandon.
Chris Whitney.
yep, so just give him a call, you might be
Before I
the guy
came
they're
in,
looking
I didn't
for.
know that either.
You might be the guy they're looking for, Harold.
Yeah.
So give him a call and see.
Yeah.
so can I just reply to them anyway and just say that we're all in support of this?
Well, the big thing right now is
We just
I
wanna
think we are in
schedule it.
support, regardless of what happens
Yeah.
elsewhere, we as a board
Yeah.
support this idea.
Yeah,
As
In
an
principle.
option, yeah.
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 Okay, so like, you're okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Okay then,
awesome, that's good.
that's it for Adder.
That is it, yeah.
All right, let's go around the table here.
Worry about it.
Grant,
What's
you got
the
anything around the
idea?
table?
Yeah, I got just a few issues. I'm gonna try and make this quick. I'll give you a report on health action. Bylaw update letter they want. We
Got it, yeah.
got it. Dr. Van Kirk is possibly, is wondering, or, you know, she's might come back for, who knows? She'll never commit. So that's up in there. Sherry is taking one day off a week now. She's at 80, and she's working one day at Shiloh. Sherry, right?
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, and that's a concern because Shiloh's been trying to get Sherry
Scooper.
Oh,
scooper.
I'm gonna do the same with my doctor in Brandon.
Right. Now, as far as everyone's getting concerned, because Dr. Kazambi.
is that you got?
That's on.
And Bobby? I don't know how I say it, but yeah.
But anyway, there should have been a reply from the federal government, because we're guaranteed a so-called doctor. There should have been a reply, and we should have a name by now.
Well, Prairie Mountain Health has had a meeting with the town of Carberry, so maybe you can talk to them.
Yeah, that was last Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should maybe have been to us too, but
They didn't send you any.
I just
They
found
were
out through
supposed
word
to.
of mouth.
Yeah, they were supposed to.
They emailed us and they won't give us any information on what they talked about. They emailed,
They said they won't answer any
so
questions.
I'm just gonna stay out of that.
Okay, well, I'll try it. And there's a motion to request a $500 to cover the newsletter. It's called the summer newsletter. And that's it for health action. Then Ron, I made, somebody had to go see Ron Jones, and I did I took some pictures of culverts and the condition, And basically, we got one culvert on the low level crossing, that's 93, on the back road, this south is here. The water's flowing the opposite way. There's the Beavers have got the one big culvert in that low webbing. There's about 10 yards of mud already blocking that so.
Is that all on road level the beavers are, or they, like where are they? Like are they on his property?
They're all through that Brookdale drain from Andrew Dennis's to Ron Jones's.
Okay.
And so 93 is
Yeah.
where Ron lives, is south. A low level crossing, they got the main drain plugged about 10 yards of mud now. And there's also a little culvert there.
93 is a mile west of Brookdale Road.
Yes.
Okay, up there you're talking about,
Yeah.
back over there,
Yeah.
west of Dennis, is that?
Well, right, yeah, just west, like 94 is 464, 93 is a mile east. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm screwed up.
92 is a Brookdale Road.
Yes, so we should be talking 91.
91.
91,
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's okay.
So anyway, I went and looked and, I thought that water was running back south, but all that drain is right full of water there because of beavers. Yeah.
Have you asked Matt about, or talked to Matt about getting rid of those beavers?
Well, this is just a part of it. Then I went and took all pictures. I don't know, can you group pictures? Okay, now we're talking 93 north. Now you got the drain going from across the road, 464 to the
73
west.
73 north.
73 north, yes. And so you got 3 drains coming, culverts in, going across the bridge in 464. That should drain into the first 3 culverts on 93 north, east of 464. Well, the main one's about 50% collapsed. And then you've got this one, the first 2 are in bad shape. They're cracked and rusty. You've got the third one, it's okay. Then you've got further east, across 91,
North of his yard.
north where Ron Jones lives. You got the main one that's going across into Evans's pasture. Well, you got one culvert like this, and you got one culvert like this, and one's like this. So there's only one main 4-foot culvert taking that bridge. And what it's doing is, it's because the water's not flowing, it's backing up. And I estimated Ron's got 55 acres every year it floods out. Or he's got to wait till mid-June, like he's got 2 different crops. He's got canola that's flowering and 45 acres right. It'll one of these years it'll freeze right. But it's affecting, I've never seen it as bad, it's just been getting worse. So in the future, we have to correct those culverts.
Would that be something that water stewardship, with those big pipes?
Isn't that
No, these are
their,
just culvert replacements.
yeah.
Yeah, but those bigger pipes, is that something that the RM would take on?
But I would,
It's not a watershed drain.
No, it's not, and if we're
oh yeah, right.
wanting to increase the size of the culverts, we have to go through the
You have to apply it,
drainage
yeah.
license, yeah.
But I think part of the problem is they're downstream, they're all screwed up, right?
Yeah, we got 3 culverts on,
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
might
we got
be able
the
to have
bridge.
the RM fix
Did we-
downwards ones.
Did we not replace some of those culverts when the flood happened?
No.
Oh.
Not there.
Not there, okay, I thought.
Those north of his yard there too, that's a floodplain to start with, and it goes over the back road to the east to get away at the end of it. And the pipes are just to
but you
drain
got
the
3
access.
culverts right going across the bridge, and you only got 1.5 culverts on that floodplain you're talking about. Now that, you're restricting flow in the pools, but I don't know what would happen down further north. That's,
Well, there's plenty of capacity at Road 75.
is there? Is there any other concerns of another culvert? Like, you can't have 3 across the bridge, the opening, then only 1.5 at that floodplain. That's the problem.
Mhm.
And that's his concern, and then the beaver control, like,
That's not our drain in through there, that's his drain.
Yeah, it is.
On that road?
Well, up to the road, and I think what's in the road will handle what's coming, should come through those three culverts pretty well, because there's
Yeah, but if they're plugged or collapsed.
if they're
we'll have
plugged
to-
or something.
Well,
it's a
yeah,
different
if they're
story.
plugged, then beaver issues, and that's our, yeah, like, we gotta deal with that.
Beaver should be removed
The
first.
beaver
But
should,
where's the
yes.
beaver problem?
Okay, the beaver problem is on the Brookdale drain from start of Andrew Dennis's bridge. Right
Oh,
to,
okay, that's I thought you were talking north, that's the one south of his yard you're
well,
talking
there's,
about.
the culverts issue I'm talking about, the one north, that crosses Jack Hart's.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those are the three culverts. And then you've got the one on the Brookdale drain, you've got one culvert like this, and one like
Yeah,
that.
if they need to be reset or something.
Oh, absolutely,
Have
yeah.
you talked to
We'll
them?
just lost it.
And then you've got three, so on the north one, right, you've got three culverts going across the bridge, then in that floodplain, you've got one culvert and a little one. So you've got 1.5 culverts to take away the water from 3 a mile away. That's the problem, and that's what pulling, and that's his concern.
That should maybe be a little level crossing
Well, it
We talked
basically is a
about-
little.
Mhm.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And even on, I noticed too, on those 3 culverts, they're, maybe they weren't set right.
Yeah.
on-
Or they
on
could
the-
have shifted
west of 464 because it washed out the road, you know.
Well, it's a low level crossing period.
to, that's where the key
Yeah.
tree is.
I'd talk to Matt
I was
about all
gonna
of
say, like, get Matt out there with you.
Yeah, I'll send an email and address it to you.
Yeah.
and
that. We had issues years ago with this.
I
There used to
know,
be a slough right south of Jack Hart's, it was probably about 50 acres.
Pardon me?
There used to be a slough south of Jack Hart's corrals there,
Oh, yeah.
along the 464, just on the east side. Remember
Yeah.
that? A lot of people used to
Yeah,
go
it used to
duck
be
hunting
huge,
there.
so that somebody happened to.
Yeah, it was about 50 acres, so that water's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it created a lot of his own problems, but.
did Ron, I'm not going to history, did they create that problem? Because I remember that story.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was, oh,
They created it and they fixed it.
Yeah.
There's
They
the channel.
fixed it.
Yeah, they, right before
just
the
one more thing, Rob is in your ward. Tom, Fairway.
Mhm.
Their colony just West Road. Anyway, there's that back road, there's 3 great digs usually. Dips that
Mm.
haven't been known, a grader hasn't been down there for
Are they
years.
main roads?
Okay?
Are they main road? Like a main road?
No, these are machinery roads,
Oh,
and that would be, 95. And it's just a matter of getting the grader down,
Knocking the tops off.
taking some sod off the hills and throwing the potholes. The one pothole is pretty bad, like you wouldn't wanna.
can you send me an email on that one too?
Yep,
Okay.
yeah. And maybe, I don't know, let Matt figure out what he's gotta do, but, yeah, they utilize that road for the potato production. Plus,
Mhm.
you wouldn't wanna, there've been excess in their field because of the back road, and they gotta take potatoes out of that.
Okay. Okay.
It's just, I'm not promising the world to anybody, but if we get Matt just to clean the culvert out for Ron, at least showing the,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Culvert
that's
needs to be
fine.
fixed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's been presented today that, yeah, we have issues with those 3 culverts. You know, I'm not saying we've gotta do it this year, but,
Yeah.
Put them on the list.
I think I have that actually written down for next year too.
yeah, and I'll put it all in the email for
Yep.
Tricia.
Yeah, no, that's.
And that's it, sorry guys.
Oh, it's fine.
Harold,
Can I say kudos to North Norfolk for the excellent job they did rebuilding the Carberry Trail on their side of it? Because I've even had Arizona residents phone me up to complain about it. I'm sitting there, you had not only had the wrong counselor, you had the wrong municipality. They did a wonderful job rebuilding that. So,
Good.
okay, that it?
yeah.
Jaren,
I had an aquifer meeting last week, And there was some new studies done by the University of Manitoba and a computer model created of the aquifer. It's got some limitations, but anyways, the old study that had been done in 1987 was somewhat dated with the technology they used at the time. So apparently the recharge is a little higher than what they first used to think. And there's potential for the province to look at increasing some acres. It'll still be the 50% rule, it'll just be there's more yield. So none of the percentages will change, but if there's more water, there's more water, so.
Is that at MCDC?
That was where the meeting was
Yeah.
at. So they're looking at a pilot project for one of the sub-basins to expand some new licenses. There's waiting lists on some going back to 97, 92, so some of them are quite dated, but they were looking at, the potato producers wanted about 4 or 5, I think, like Keystone Association. They wanted a few more sub-basins opened up, but I think they're just gonna look at 1 or 2. And so the board hasn't really made recommendations yet, but we're going to be developing a new aquifer plan. The last one was completed in 2005. So this winter, we will probably be having more committee meetings and come up with a plan to do a new aquifer management plan.
Okay.
So increased allocations will be being looked at for that. The province gets the final say, obviously. And I think it was like, we're still just talking millimeters, you know, like, if the recharge was 34, 37 millimeters per year, they think it might be closer to 60 millimeters per year. So there's a bit more water for the recharge there. So like when I say the yield rule, like, is what they license based on a percentage, and if the yield is proved to be bigger now, the percentages won't change, but there'll be more water available.
Okay.
So Pine Creek was one that they wanted a pilot project in, and the board kind of thought that was probably a poor choice to start a pilot project without public consultation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other one was Lower White Mud West, which includes, it has a 30% rule, because that's where Neepawa's water source is from. And apparently they're not using their full allocation yet, but I think they're getting pretty close.
Yeah. And it gotta be.
Yeah.
It must be.
So the one thing this new model doesn't really account for is the annual recharge includes like the different times when the ground is frozen and stuff like that, but it's a better model for them to predict stuff. I haven't seen the full presentation from it, I read the synopsis. It was, I don't know who got to see the full presentation of it. But the model is available now, so like, I think they can say, okay, say this year there's so much rainfall, what will it do to the recharge in people's wells? So the computer can spit out these numbers that you can put in for a scenario, like, I'd like to see what the recharge would be like if, like, you know, you take 2 sections of bush off and see if that changes the recharge or something like that, whether or not they account for land use and vegetation, so.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting anyways, and I should.
So that's done, the university did that? The computer?
It was through the university and a couple of other researchers, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there could be some more development.
Okay.
Anything else, Jared?
No, that was the main thing.
Thanks.
That was the day that there was a tornado.
Yes. That's right.
Robbie?
Basically the campground, we've got approval to start our leveling process. The tender for all the infrastructure is 95% complete, should be out hopefully this week. So Tri-Wave Construction was awarded the leveling, getting everything back to level in there. So their contract is about $25,000, so it'll be under $30,000 to get everything level. So then what happens is then the guys come in and they put all their infrastructure, whoever gets the contract, and then we go to gravel. So it's all so slow. consultants, there were some issues with the water board, like water, getting the wells and everything figured out and all that, and that's still not completely figured out. But it's moving along, so he's gonna call me today on when he thinks he can start, but hopefully it's this week. So I told him the sooner you get in here, the better. They've got Gary Walker, he's gonna cut the grass off from the,
You see he's got a cut now.
is it cut? Okay, good, I didn't come in that, we said to get it out of there quick, so that's good. Any questions about the campground?
There was discussion I mentioned about 50-watt service. You know, are they putting that in, like, or they weren't?
They are putting in whatever's the recommended provincial rate.
Oh, okay.
So whatever they're told, and Jamie and both Charles, I mean, talking to them both, and they both know what has to go in there. And
Yeah,
they're,
it's fairly standard what goes
Yeah,
in camp.
and I think they both know how hydro works and how they present all that, so it's way above my head. So that'll be the next tender, and the wells are in the next tender for infrastructure, so.
Good.
The blue signs in Spence subdivision were put up, finally. But it still had, it was graded early in the spring, and there is only a few houses in there, and it is only this wide, but it still hasn't been graded since the first one this year. So the weeds now are creeping in quite a bit off the sides. And just another question on the machinery roads, especially off of the CN lines, where they close down the roads, basically. Those roads up to the tracks, there's crossings on the tracks still, like they're machinery roads crossings. They used to be gravelled. Now, for the last, I don't know how many years, they haven't been graded. And it's almost impossible to get a potato truck or equipment. You take your half ton down there, and they're a mess. Now, saying that, I was on the other, like, see, that's in number 5 going west. The other day I was east of that, and there was a road done up to the tracks. So one grader guy's doing it, and I don't know where the roots are, but I just noticed this one was done. And it's in pretty good shape up to on a closed road. But, so, I think we need to either,
What's the standard, Joe?
yeah, well, yeah, and just, they're, all it is for is the farmers. Like that, like they have permission to go across the tracks. There's gates there, but the gates are all being wrecked and open and everything else, but. So just, I don't know how you wanna, talk to Matt, I mean, and just say, look, they haven't been done for years. And it would take them some work to get them back in somewhat shape.
But nobody can go across railway tracks other than the own individual farmers or
Wow.
something like that. It's not open for public access.
It's not supposed to be open for public access, but all the locals know it's open, and they drive their half tons across it. But,
But
under that,
who's liable then if we fix the road up
If
and
it's
people
our-
go up and over?
Road allowance, we are,
well, you're still liable anyway right now,
yeah.
if you still take something across it, right?
Shouldn't you be putting a fence across it and saying, like the
Well, I guess-
railroad doesn't want you to cross it anyway, do they?
Well, they gave permission to the farmers.
To the farmers.
At the time, the people had to cross it, they gave them keys.
Yeah.
And then over the years, the gates been smashed and
Yeah.
they're just laying there and I'm just asking a question. I was asked and,
We have an agreement with like CN in regards to like maintenance, like how that all works too. Like, I don't know, we're responsible for certain things and so are they. But we should be maintaining,
well, the thing is, if
For
you've gotta
safety.
drive your full, I mean, and it's all about farmers, right? If
Yeah.
you've gotta drive your potato truck half a mile up from one end of the field to the other to get to a crossing across a field, when you got a road there, but the road is not passable.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just kinda confusing. Like, why is it not, and if it's not, what's the reason why, and if it's legally or part of a contract?
can I look into it?
No, that's awesome, yeah. And I had asked that.
Yeah, that's good, nope.
How many of those crossings would there be? Be a half a dozen or so, Robbie, or more?
Well, the crossover is a mile and a half, but you've got the hard roads in there, and then you got a road through Davison, so it's probably maybe 4 at the max.
Or crossings.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a mile, right? Like, so it'll be half a mile or whatever on each side of the tracks. Some aren't bad, some are terrible. So,
What a load of pit, wow, they hate the rocks, that's the biggest thing.
yeah, I think, I think if you could just drive on it, it would be good. You don't have to travel them or anything, like, they're just winter roads, or they're just, you know, all
Seasonal.
seasonal roads, yeah. So,
Just clean them up to the tracks.
well, just, yeah, and just so you can get a truck down them.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, look into it and see what you
Yeah,
can do.
yeah, there's lots of
we
different.
gotta
Can you give
start.
me like locations and stuff?
Sure, can.
Thank you.
No problem. And I just got, nope, just a few things for in camera, that's it.
We can save the farmer a nickel, we can charge our nickel taxes.
Welcome.
Just wondering if you heard anything, Trish, back about the trees at the moment, but nothing.
Crickets.
Okay.
I have a follow-up that would, well, I think it's in my calendar for next week to follow up with them, but I haven't heard anything.
Okay, I'm just asking. My daughter and I attended the RCMP 115 walk, and just a kids event going around doing a scavenger hunt. A lot of the area residents were in it, it was fun. It was a nice thing they put on for the area. And just wanted to ask about the employee appreciation. Has it been,
Staff barbecue?
Yeah.
Glad you brought it up.
We have not brought that up,
No,
but we
That's
normally
what I
have
had
one
down
in August.
used to be
August
July.
or end of July,
Yeah,
but-
it was a
it's
little,
usually like now,
it was the last couple days of July, first week
Yeah.
of August.
yeah.
Can you just check with Grady, see what days work
Sure.
best for the staff, get back to us, I don't mind being part of that again.
Yeah,
Do you want to still be part of it, Dallas?
no worries.
See who wants to be part of it of the town,
Okay.
because I know Stuart's not there now, so
Yeah.
see who they want to replace him with.
If possible, just because I booked the real campaign the first week in August, I'm way more ready to be able to help with that.
Well, it's better to be done sooner than later, because you start getting to the middle of
Yeah.
August, some of
Yeah.
the kids are starting to go off to college.
Yeah.
We have our team and stuff, and harvest and stuff.
There's still lots of time in July.
Yeah.
You wanna have it till
That
last
doesn't take long to plan.
No,
No,
Two
do it
weeks from
this
now,
week,
you
I'm
can
here.
do it.
that's why I just brought it up, we pick a
Yeah,
day
yeah,
and
no, that's awesome.
we can get it together, because it's for all joint staff,
Yeah.
town,
I
joint,
can
ours.
help with
I
that.
could rock out like
Okay.
this Friday.
Yeah, and I'll
I like
have
food.
to.
Pick a date right now.
You've been away the last 2
Pick a date right now.
26th of July, Wednesday at dinner.
As Dallas knows, I'm a good
We
cook.
have to talk to get the donor kids joined.
That's the only day.
Well, just tell them. No, just kidding.
I'm not, you can tell them. I can tell them. Okay, well. I'll
Gotta
email
start
Grady.
somewhere, what do you think, Dallas?
I'll email Grady.
Honestly, how's your hanging coming? How's this
Fine,
one?
I'll be
Yeah.
done by the 20, anytime from the 24th through to the 4th of August, 5th August,
Okay,
we're probably gonna be done.
This first week, how about, Wednesdays are not good for you?
Just check with,
In the mornings?
Well, I'll be at lunch.
Oh, I,
Usually do 12 o'clock.
are there any days you
If
guys
you do
can't come
lunch,
for a
you're
lunch?
back to work?
Because we try to have all councils there.
So if you did lunch,
No, I mean, I got it.
Gotta eat
My
something.
schedule, my schedule's pretty flexible.
Wednesdays are the only days I can't do too much.
how about like,
We'll leave it in your capable
Sorry.
hands, you two.
how about like second or third?
Well, just see what works for Grady and the town staff.
Yeah.
Make sure there's nothing planned, no events planned, sometime in those 2 weeks.
Could we propose like that second or third, like that, in the middle of that first week in August? And see if that happens to work.
Just let me make sure I'm on the same page
Well, we
here.
used to do it on, just pointing it out, we
Yeah, I
used to do it
know.
on Friday, so just, they could take kind of an easy afternoon off.
August 4th then? It's a Friday. That's
Okay.
before the long weekend.
Or the 28th.
That's a terrible day then.
Yeah.
Lots of people take that day off.
Yeah.
Make the Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what works.
Okay, August 3rd, I'll write down our
So we
proposed.
I
take
won't be there, but you guys can do it without me.
appreciation day in the afternoon.
There's always somebody not gonna be around.
Well, no, you're
Yeah,
not gonna
we
please
can't help
everybody. Okay, I'll propose the 3rd and see where that goes. Deal? Deal.
Yeah, just
In an airplane.
Good, thank you for bringing that up, because I would've forgot.
Thank you.
I mean, it is a staff barbecue, so.
Anything else, Malcolm?
You're here this year.
That's it, guys.
Hey, I
That's all
can't
right.
help it
You've been down the
sometimes.
road pretty good. Thank you very much.
Dallas,
Yeah, a couple things. Thanks to Robbie for doing grad for me when I was sick.
It was awesome, I didn't have
Yeah.
to speak.
No, it's a fun
They
game.
messed up, they forgot us on the
There's no greetings from the RO.
They never speak anything up north, it's just have a presentation.
well, the town spoke, and then
Was
Lorna
that
made Ray a beautiful speech,
Oh, yeah.
and, and then, he looked at me and when are you up there? And I said, I'm just sitting here quiet as a mouse. So it was good, it was perfect.
Okay, well, thank you. And then, Ag Society Fair was this last weekend, and it was fabulous as always. I gave the thank you speeches at it, but,
Thank you.
I want to, a special extra thank you to like the Kaharski crew. There's like 3 generations of folks now that put on like the petting zoo area and bouncy castles and all that, so they're kind of under the radar folks that don't ask for thanks, so they did an amazing job. And also there's a bunch of the ladies that put on, there's like the home living and horticulture and fine arts
Yeah.
areas. And my little people live to put on little things, so they're kind of unsung heroes. And I'm just wondering if there's any movement on that recycling project for those home units, if there was any results from that survey.
From what,
The
sorry?
recycling.
You mean like the compost?
Yeah,
Well, we were supposed to be doing
the survey,
a,
right?
specific survey for us, I think, right?
Okay.
Is that what, because we did a joint one, I
I
think,
did a joint one.
and, but the town is against it. They don't wanna do it.
Okay, so now
But
we sort of
then,
need ourselves or?
yeah, we can do one, I just, I don't know if I think I might have left that with Teresa. Maybe just-
If we could
That's
possibly,
okay.
I know like it's not a big deal for summer, but by the time people
Yeah,
aren't
cause
there,
actually
something
he
like
did
that
email
is-
me and ask, and I haven't
Yeah,
followed up, I've been doing it. I'll see where she's at with that one, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome, other than that, I'm good, thanks.
Good. Go, Trish?
No, you go.
I did the grad in Nipah there too, Ryland Sumner got the Langford Scholarship. I did the parade down here on the week I did. Colby put the grader in it. Let's say thank you to Colby, everybody, for doing that, that was pretty good, so. Other than that, it's been same old, the guys are doing a good job. Everybody's doing their thing, thank you Dallas for the other night here for the
Thank you,
in front of the grandstand. Go ahead, Trish.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. Well, I mentioned we all attended the district meeting for AMM in Oak Lake. Is that what it was?
Yes.
There's still no 2021 audit done. I'm quite frustrated. I emailed the auditors a couple times last week and I just got a response at 6 o'clock last night that they're working on it, which is,
Not acceptable.
so I don't, anyway, that's just a never ending battle. I already have our current, so the ones that are, the auditors that are hired to do our 2022 audit are like itching to get started because I have actually a contract and they're supposed to be done it.
Yeah.
And I can't, I have to extend that, so. Taxes have been submitted, so hopefully, like I said, it will be here in the next couple weeks, I'm hoping, because by the time they print and send them out, and we send them out, it'll take a little bit, but if anybody's asking, or if anybody gets calls about them, just send them our way, we can give them information on that. I would like to just start talking about a strat plan. I would like to get a consultant in somehow, some way. I'm not doing this on my own, so I do need help. And I would hope that council support me in finding somebody to do that. Robbie, you can talk to me later about that. Shelter belt, oh yes. So I did have an individual come in, and so we do have a shelter belt reserve. So, but it's kind of set up through, you know, them obtaining the trees through White Mud, that sort of thing. I did have an individual come in and ask if we would cover, so he bought trees through a colony actually, for a shelter belt. And he asked if we would consider covering that. I don't wanna not promote shelter, cause shelter belt, it's important, right? So anyway, he gave me the invoice and I said I'd discuss it with you guys. So basically he planted 200 lilacs, and then it's $550, about 600 feet. So we'd really be reimbursing him like $50 in the end. If you do it by the program, it's $1,000 per mile, I think. So I don't know if you guys would be in favor of this or not. But that program is technically meant for white mud. But again, I don't wanna not promote shelter belt, like it's important, like I think shelter belt, like if we don't wanna kind of turn them away,
Good, right?
Was it around a yard or for a field?
it's for his field, I believe, like it's on his field.
Because the original intention, you guys set it up, was for the field.
It's not shelter beds.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless,
If it's in a field, fine.
so I don't,
Sorry, so what's the cost for him buying those trees compared to going through, like, does he have a comparison? Like, were they the same cost as going through the white mud? Or were
well,
they
so the
more?
difference is like White Mud plants these trees for them, like you're supposed to buy the trees, White Mud plants them for you, so it'd be a bit more through,
It's a custom plant.
it's a custom planting,
Through
yeah.
White Mud. And you pay for the trees, you get the trees a little cheaper, but then you're paying to get them custom.
Yeah.
But you don't have to get them to plant them, right? You can plant them yourself if you want it, but you'd be crazy to.
But you'd be, yeah.
People used to do that.
Yeah.
so This guy obviously still does.
Mhm.
So I don't know where to go with that.
I don't know either, that's why I was
It's
asking you guys.
theoretically, it's likely cheaper, but.
We'd almost have to set up a second program.
I know. Yeah, like the reserve that is structured right now is specific to the program with White Mud, that's how that was set up, but
Is he
again,
in the White Mud catchment area?
he is, yeah.
But if we've already got a program set up. for
And he
now,
won't
you're-
be, like, I mean, he won't be upset if we don't, he just wanted me to bring it up. He is going through White Mud, he's getting some more next year through them, cause I did tell him how this all works,
We'll
so.
definitely go through it.
Yeah, so I think I'll just kinda just say, well, you know, because of the way our program's structured, I'll give him the whole deal
I'm
on
just gonna
that.
get all mixed up.
I just don't wanna, yeah, I don't
Keep
wanna,
track of everything that way.
yeah, okay, alright, and then the Carberry Fair, I heard it went over very well, so that's good. And then one more thing, just in regards to, so our contaminated recycling, with Evergreen, so we just got our report back, and so we can claim, it's 2,800 kgs, we can claim that. There was 12,320 kgs that was like contaminated.
How so? Just with other garbage?
Yeah.
Is that coming from our bins at our sites?
It's, yeah,
Okay, so that's what's getting picked up and taken out
Yeah.
to Evergreen.
so just heads up, it's $2,000, sorry, $2,400 we're getting charged for contaminated recycling.
So theoretically then, should Daniel just be taking a peek? And if it's
Well, I've
contaminated,
talked to
taking it as
him.
Garbage, not recycling?
It makes it very hard sometimes, he said, for the drivers, because you can just peek on the top and look at it, but it's everything underneath, like, you don't know, right? Like, they'd have to be picking through the bins to make sure that,
You can't ask them to do that, that's not their job.
no.
But where is it falling through the cracks, and like Danny looks after the one at Maple?
Yeah,
And that one's
and he
done pretty
actually
good.
looks at Wellwood as well.
And he looks at Wellwood and
Mhm.
Fairway, Fairview, he's looking at all them, like,
Yeah,
where's these contaminated dumpsters coming from?
so I know Edrins is bad,
Well, and
and I
that's,
know Brookdale sometimes is bad as well.
Maybe they get tacked on that, they go
Since
garbage.
I've been counselor, I've been watching Brookville, and I thought it, you know, for contamination in the recycle bins, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Once I pulled out a bag.
Yeah, like Edrins.
but there can be a load of cat litter in the bottom of that, and you wouldn't
Well,
notice.
is
No,
that-
you wouldn't know
And
it.
then it's,
Most of it, I think, would be maybe at the Carberry dump, but that's maintained as well, or it's staffed, I mean, so they should be. So I'll be reiterating this to the, like, Dan's pretty good, but the staff out there, has to be, or, sorry, out there means Carberry dump.
Is there two of them back there
There's
now?
two there now,
Okay,
so
so-
there shouldn't be any excuse for
So,
that.
well, one should be out walking around when there's people out there.
Mhm,
Like,
I'm
there's no
thinking-
reason why one can't go for a tour and just keep an eye on stuff going in those bins. Like, you're not gonna stop at all, but
No.
even if you could stop half at 28,000, I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
in the big picture, that's probably.
But
our
I
due
don't
diligence.
feel that it's right for TAC, like their drivers to
No.
look through,
No, no,
it's
no.
not.
No.
Daniel knows about it, cause he said he was actually at the meeting with Evergreen when they did discuss this, so anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this is happening, cause I know, I let you guys know that they'd be charging for this, so now it's costing us, and we need to figure out a solution, I don't know how, I don't know, but,
Are you planning on putting out a circular letter, just updating like the municipal residents like you used to do?
I'm probably gonna do that, because Adrian's is getting really bad.
Maybe put something in there about this.
Because
if Edwards is bad, why are we not just telling TAC to pick it up as garbage instead of recycling?
True.
Yeah.
Like, that could be the one
We
place
just have
that's,
garbage bins there, right?
you know, why send a guy down there to pick up recycling to spoil it for everybody else?
Yeah, it's just the contract is set, like
If we
that's.
feel that's where the problem is, let's do that, and then we'll have the data for next
I know, like since we put up the fences too, like their sign, their actual rubber sign, maybe still on like the arena, if it needs to be signed and moved or maybe upgraded for the front.
Mhm.
But on the sign, like, you know, you say like, in your charge for contaminated loads, like respect recycling, it's
Mhm.
something like, don't be a jerk.
It's too bad you couldn't advertise on the radio like Brandon does
You
for
know,
theirs. They advertise on Q Country and on 94.7
yeah,
about their, what's recyclable, what's not, what goes in each bin.
Right?
Hey?
Same thing applies
Yeah.
here.
No, I know, but
Universal.
it's education.
education, just trying to get everybody educated, eh? Like,
Let's keep our taxes low, please comply.
I'm gonna put something in writing on our page and on our website.
Is there
stuff, 'cause
something
I don't know.
when school starts, we could send out with a flyer with each kid to
Well,
take?
yeah, right? The
Kids will
are-
teach the
right?
parents a lot more than the parents will learn.
Yeah,
That's a good way.
yeah,
put your seatbelt on, Dad.
right?
Prime example, there, Rob, yeah.
Anyway, just, yeah, that's food for thought,
But
but
if there's anything you want me to say about the board, then.
Okay.
But could we do Edens just,
It could just be garbage for now.
it's
Danny?
contracted, right? So we gotta, like, we're paying for those bins.
yeah, but would Danny just say
Well,
that,
he wouldn't care.
could
We
you
just
work
swap
it with
out
him that we
recycling
just
for
tell him,
garbage bin?
leave it as recycling there, but just tell Danny to pick it all up and put it in garbage period?
Yeah.
He's going there for the garbage, so it would save him one trip.
Mhm.
Or what's everybody think of something like that? I don't know.
Well, if we assume that's where the problem, and then.
I don't know, I'm just saying that Adrian's was bad like a little while ago, like Matt goes through there when he comes down every time, and he said like there's always something in there, like it's, I mean, it comes to the point where we just take them away, cause it's ridiculous. We had to do that with Fairdale dumpsters,
Yeah.
so they'll have to learn the hard way sometimes, unfortunately.
I would go just put them all as garbage.
That's
pickup
fine,
or
yeah,
something.
but anyway, I'll talk to Daniel too and see.
I know it's got the top contract already.
Yeah.
but
Anyway, I'll
No, I
chat
think
with
there
him.
actually is like a work week coming up down there for the green project, so I'll try to pop in that day and do a little, by the way, folks.
Anyway,
What's your
that's all
purchase?
I
That's
got,
it?
that's, I'm done.
Okay, in camera, resolution 180, what, 2, 3?
I don't even know, 80, whatever we're on here, 83.
183, 2023, be it resolved, the council as a committee of the whole move into in camera to discuss personal matters. We have a mover, please.
Grant.
Grant, seconder? Harold? All in favor? Opposed? Carried.